The NBA season officially starts tomorrow evening. And today, we will be dropping our official 2025 NBA team power rankings. We will start at 30 and work our way all the way up to the best team in the NBA, as structured here by your favorite panelists up here. I got Mars with me. I got Chilltown Hoops with me. I got Swipe of the Genius with me. And I got Dion from Ohio also in the house. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Make sure you like that video. Shout out to everybody that's on Twitter. Shout out all of our members. If you haven't subscribed, do that from the top because this is going to be nothing short of epic today. Fellas, before we get into this, is there anything that anybody needs to get off their chest in terms of the way they constructed their list, in terms of anything that happened this weekend, or in terms of anything that's going to happen today?
I like how you just mentioned how dope the show going to be with everybody, not including you. I thought that was dope.
Well, I mean, chill. You guys told me I was Slava Medvedenko.
He made it to the league. I mean, you're going to be somewhat capable.
Confident on some level.
Exactly. He made it.
You guys never told me, chat, who's the worst starter on a championship team. I never got that.
The worst starter on a championship team. That's a good question.
That's a good trivia question for you guys.
That's a good question. Who's the worst starter on a championship team? I don't like the word worst. That's
the least good.
How about the fifth starter? How about that? How about that? I like
six man.
I like
whatever makes you feel better, I guess.
Who's the fifth sixth man?
Yeah.
Or the fifth 12th man?
Right.
So
I think I made my list before Killian Hayes got cut. So
that might impact it for sure.
Yeah, that obviously means that my hopes of the Nets in the playoffs are dangling by a thread now. So
I don't want to hear real quick, Ron, before we get started with this list. I don't want to hear no nonsense about the officiating last night. I don't want to hear it. Because their two best players went 5 for 34. When your two best players go 5 for 34, this shouldn't be a game. Y'all should have ended this game. I'm not trying to hear that officiating logic.
That was a travel. That was definitely a travel.
I'm not trying to hear that. No,
why is it either or?
Why is it either or? The reason why it's either or is because you did your job in slowing them down. You didn't do your job in pulling away, though. And now what you do is you put yourself in a position where you're letting other people determine the game. No, absolutely not. Y'all, you were up 12 at one point.
It have to be either or. They played good defense. Sabrina shot trash. Worst performance ever. Worst shooting performance literally ever.
Sure.
But again, she won. She's champion. One of the best players in the league.
Yep.
But then she also, Stewie, clearly traveled.
Sure.
And then clearly threw herself into the defender.
Yep.
And clearly got an advantageous whistle.
Yep.
It doesn't mean that there's not things that Minnesota could not have done better over the course of the series. But we have seen officiating. And I will also specify this. In women's basketball, officiating, it's one of the worst of any sport I have ever seen consistently. And this is from the collegiate level.
Too, by the way.
This is the collegiate level to the WNBA. Everybody knows, I went to Baylor. I watched Dejanay get hacked versus UNC years ago. I'm talking about obliterated, didn't get a call. Right. I've seen multiple times at the highest level in the WNBA where, because I think it has something, I don't know if it's the play style of the women, I don't know what it is, but there is something to referees when it comes to officiating women's basketball. They can be horrific. But
say the same.
It is also true that there are things they could have done to win that game, regardless of that chill. A lot of some missed shots, missed opportunities, just bad decision making. But I think it's always important to tell the whole story. I think the whole story is officiating is also, it just needs to get better.
So, but you know what that is though with the women's game.
Go ahead.
It's the fact that they just play more physical than men. So it's more banging, it's more bumping, it's more pushing, more pulling.
Do they, Ron?
They for sure do, Chill.
Do they, Ron? Or do they allow them?
Dion. They're not more physical. They're not as strong. But they play more physical than they.
Is it because they were allowed to do that last night? Maybe
No, chill. Just in a typical game on a Wednesday in the WNBA, there's more posting up. It's more banging. It's more defense being played. It just is more physical.
It sounds like,
but it could just be the physiology between men and women too. Like I think some of that is
that could be a thing. Different movements. And stuff.
I just think just the way the body moves, it's just different. But I mean, chill. You've been watching women's basketball longer than I have. I mean, I've
ref women's basketball for 5 years.
Yeah, I think it's just drastically like there's just a difference in the way that they're dealt with, they're talked about. And again, I can see a clear hack, chill. Like if we watch the NBA, I can see a clear hack and be like, bro, if that was even LeBron who doesn't get a foul call, if that was LeBron, he's at the line.
Right.
But
I don't know about that, Swiper. He never.
Well, I mean, I'm not. I'm just saying. I know he averages 5 free throws a game. He's still
right. I remember that one game where Bron was on against the Celtics. Remember when Bron was on the floor?
On the floor, he got a flagrant inside the preseason too, as well. You know what I'm saying? So so he don't get his calls at all.
That's because LeBron be yapping. LeBron do be yapping, and
nah.
But anyway, chill. All I'm saying is, I just think it's a part of the story. I think they could have won yesterday, but I do think it's interesting. Chill. I don't know if I would hear it. I don't know if I would hear an NBA coach at the end of a finals come back and say we got robbed.
We were robbed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we got straight cheated type thing. But I don't mind the energy per se, but it's just I do think the culture of women's basketball, from the refereeing to everything about the game, is just different.
So 2 things. Being a former referee, I refereed women's basketball for 5 years at both the Division III and the junior college level. There's more attention to detail in the women's game than in the men's game, off the strength of the skill level. There's a lot more attention to detail. That's number one. So the officiating isn't terrible, because I've heard plenty of people tell me that the officiating in the NCAA tournament men's is awful. I've heard plenty of people talk about how the officiating in the NBA in the playoffs is awful. So I think that goes across the board. Swiper, your stance of 2 things can be true. Sure, 2 things can be true, but there's things that are truer than others. So for example, watching a team's 2 best players go 5 for 34 and them making shots difficult for them, and your point guard not being able to get your best player in the physicality of the ball consistently in mismatches, you not being able to convert consistently in transition, you building leads. Had a 15-point lead, I believe it was game 2. They had a 15-point lead and they gave the game up. They had a 12-point lead and they gave the game up. These are things that have nothing to do with officiating. Nothing. And when you have issues like that and you can't close it out, I'm not listening to you tell me that, that was a bad call at the end of the game when you had plenty of opportunity previous to that to win. Now, don't get me wrong. Last night, I have a difficult time with instituting replay and then not utilizing it. There's a reason why we have replay. Did I get that wrong? Okay, let's go back and see. And then I go back and see I got that wrong. You're able to get it right. Ball is part of the hand. Let's be clear about that. Your hand is part of the ball. And if I hit your hand on the ball, that's not a foul. That is not a foul. But the idea that I'm watching their point guard Williams and I'm watching Nafisa consistently take advantage of mismatches where she gets Sabrina on her, bury her underneath the basket, and Williams can't get her the ball, and she's taking ill-advised shots. That has nothing to do with officiating.
It's worse than Wemby. Watching them play is worse than watching the Spurs, Mars. I'm not even going to lie.
Mars, you might think that's crazy. Mars, you might think that that's crazy, but consistently watching her screaming for the basketball and she's got mismatches. I could say the same thing about the New York Liberty, where that game shouldn't have been as close as it was. I'm watching Jacquel and she's got 17 points. That 17 should have been 30 because Nafisa couldn't cover her.
No facts.
Nafisa could not cover her, and they consistently got the mismatches that they wanted, and they didn't take advantage of them. So I have a difficult time listening to officiating at the end of games. I do know that's a part of it, and I won't argue that, Swiper. I do know that that's a part of it. 2 things could be true. I just feel like
it was a clear travel, chill. Like it was a shuffling of the foot on a key possession.
Sure.
And then initiating contact. And I think given how the game had gone, that was just a very interesting call to have like a non-movement by one player. One player runs into the other after traveling. And then, but again, that's not the whole story. But I do think there is just something to. They just have to do a better job from the start to the finish, or from tip to tip, to when the game is started, to where you got a jump ball, last possession, whoever, half court, whatever the situation is. There just has to be more consistent refereeing. I think, again, even if people don't like it, I think the NBA refereeing is just better. But I think the NFL officiating is just way better than the WNBA as a whole. I just think it's the way they are interacting with the players and the game style and the game flow, there's just not a lot of synchronicity, meaning it doesn't always make sense. If that makes sense. But I do agree with you, Jill.
It does.
That if you go 5-34, your two best player go 5, you need to win that game.
We have to win. There's no.
But that also speaks to how good the Liberty are. They're still able to pull it out regardless of that because their defense is great. Their defense is great. They rebound. They are very connected with what they're supposed to do. But
can you imagine? Can you imagine James going 0 for 10 at the long ball line and Kyrie Irving going 1 for 11 and them still winning? Like, can you imagine Kobe Bryant going like 1 for 12 and Shaq going like 5 for 20 and them still winning?
I can imagine Kobe.
There has to be a game like that though, because
I mean, it's happened in Kobe's career. I mean, it's not no disrespect, but it's happened. Right. We see him shoot terrible from the field and still win a championship.
But here's the difference though. The difference with that, Dion, is we saw Bryant go 5 for 20. We saw Bryant go 5 for 20. We did, but we also saw his second best player go almost 20 and 20 in that game. So let's not make it sound like that's happened and the other guy was also
people are bringing
that's not happening. That's not what happened.
That's fair.
Tatum did do that this last finals. He did.
Right.
Tatum as well. Yeah, he's another one.
He shot 38%. Yeah.
Sure. And with that being said, the Dallas Mavericks should have taken advantage of that, and they didn't.
No, they don't have. They were. That was a mismatch show.
I think it 100% it was. I won't argue that. I think Jaylen Brown. I think he in Game 5. I think he was 7 for 22 or some nonsense like that. As good as I think Jason Tatum did go 30 and 10, but I mean Jaylen Brown was 7 for 20.
That was Game 5. But remember, prior to that, Tatum was shooting like horrific. Like
when you have your two, the goal on your crew is to slow down these two people. When you slow these two people down, that means that the rest of us should be better.
What game did they lose? What game did the Mavs win? 4?
Yeah, they won Game 4.
So these are the wins, by the way. So these are wins for Tatum last year. So in Game 1 they won. Tatum shot 6 of 16. In Game 2 they won. He shot 6 of 22. In Game 3 they won. He shot 11 of 26. Yep. And then in Game 5 they won. He shot 11 for 24.
Right.
So I'm saying like that in that situation.
Now, 11 for in Game 5 he goes 11 for 24, but the other guy goes what 7 for 22. Now, like you just mentioned, Swiper, you just said like 6 for 16. So imagine him going 6 for 16 and the other guy going 2 for 13. Like you should, even if you're overmatched, you should win that game because you did your job.
But the Mavs, they remember I told you this before the series started. They had such a lack in the athleticism like category. Like the Celtics are so, one of the things that makes them so daunting is their best athlete is Tatum, and their worst athlete in their rotation is KP. But he's still athletic for a big. Their worst wing athlete is Drew for the most part. Like, and he's a really good athlete. So like. The Mavs were just like befuddled.
I think Drew's a better athlete than Derek White. But keep going. I'm
I think
is Porzingis their worst athlete?
Well, I'm saying he's a big, but he's still mobile for a big. Like he's just he's just a big.
Like when you put Porzingis in the pantheon of 7-footers, Porzingis might outside of Wemby. Does Porzingis move the best?
No.
I'm not saying most athletic, just move the best.
No,
fluidity.
Davis moved a little better.
I think
Anthony Davis isn't a 7-footer though.
If you make it 7'2" plus,
okay, 7'2", yeah, sure.
Because KD's 7 feet. Like,
you think KD's kind of unfair. Does he move better than Wemby?
Nah,
no, Wemby can. No, KP cannot. Well, I don't want to post ACL injury. KP cannot move horizontally like he used to.
But he moved really well for 7
he
really
does. But that's what I'm saying. Like he's still a plus athlete, and then in Horford's a plus athlete. And then, like, they're just so that's what makes it so daunting. That's why I think Luka, Kyrie, they had such issues trying to score consistently, chill. And so that's why I think that's really what the Celtics did, the 3-point bombing. But then on the other end, like at the Tatum is all over the place and he's 6'10". You know what I mean? Like he's just everywhere all the time. And then Jaylen Brown is super physical. He's built like Anquan Bolden. Then you got to deal with Drew and Derek. And even off the bench, like Sam Hauser and Peyton Pritchard's, like they're like just good athletes for their position.
All right, fellas, y'all ready to do this?
Please, it's gonna take 3 hours to do this. We're gonna wait. How long till we get to number Mars? Over under? How long do we get to the 2013 on the list?
I give it about an hour and 45 minutes, and we'll be about 22. We'll be about 22. And
All right,
then
we're gonna
speed
be
run
at
through
the
21
Nets.
to 9.
Yeah, we're gonna be at the Nets at 12:49. All right, let's lock
And
in.
that means strap in your seatbelt. It's gonna be a long one, chat. Go ahead and like the video, and we about to go ahead and get into it up here. Lo and behold,
Yo,
what,
good?
you don't like appetizers no more?
Guess
We
not.
can't eat our word salad and our word bread.
That's why we're not gonna get through the list. Look what we're doing.
What you mean? What y'all just got done talking about is the most interesting thing y'all gonna talk about all day. That right there was the heart and soul of the show today. This right here is just some extra on top.
Yeah,
that was
Hey,
It was
that
a
was
travel,
the
bro.
that was the meat and potatoes of everything.
The travel isn't the problem.
I'll be having to take my kids to school, so I'm 15 minutes late every day now. So
Here's the problem, though, Ox. The travel isn't the issue. The issue is that you called the foul and you had an opportunity to correct it. You had an opportunity to fix this, and you still got it wrong. On top of that, so I missed the travel. Then I call a foul, which wasn't a foul, by the way, because your hand is part of the ball. And now I have an opportunity to fix this, and I still don't fix it. Nope, that was a foul. No, it wasn't. No.
I mean, that's the problem with that, Chill, is when we go to that, it's not really fair because it's a 40-minute game, and in that 40-minute game, there was a bunch of missed calls for both teams.
Sure.
And you know what I'm saying? So it's like if we nitpick the last 2 minutes, the last 2 minutes of the game on fouls and stuff like that, I think that's unfair to the rest of it. I also don't think that WNBA refs are bad refs. You know what I'm saying? I see they got a hard game to call, but can we just shout out Coach Sandy for just coaching her ass off? I mean, her star players wasn't having the best game. She made some adjustments. She stayed in the game. Cheryl Reeves was coaching her ass off. That defense that they put out there against Sabrina and Stewie. It's not like they were just missing shots. You know what I'm saying? That was smothering defense.
Y'all call it what y'all want to. That's the best defensive performance I've ever seen.
They wasn't letting Sabrina get anything off. You know what I'm saying? Anything off that was
everything.
It was a tough game. That's some of the best defense. I know who was it? Alan Orr was in the chat the other day. He ain't never seen defense like that in all his life. He was shocked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a beautiful basketball game. I loved everything about it, and I'm not going to put it on the refs. The New York Liberty did what they had to do. That's the beauty of basketball. It's a whole team out there. Sabrina and Stewie, they might not be scoring great, but if they're playing great defense, and then we got some role players coming in, getting some extra buckets. Sabali came in and did her thing. That was just a great basketball game. When Phoebus hit that three, that was the clutch shot right there. When Phoebus hit that last three,
she hit a three to start the game too. She hit a three to start the game, and then she hit a three to start overtime.
And but Phoebus ain't your regular rookie though. She been playing overseas. You know what I'm saying? She's not some 20-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying? She out here. She's a rookie to the WNBA, but she's a certified baller.
Yeah,
she been showing that all season. I love that game. That coach, that was some top-notch coaching yesterday.
I was about to say that, Ox. The Liberty coach, to take Sabrina out in the meat and potatoes of the game for defense, not just not subbing her out and then the next possession. No, to take her out for defense and then utilize. What's the girl's name? Oh man, not Vandersloot, the other girl.
Who? Phoebus?
That's who. I was about to say the European lady. Yeah, put her in the game.
Germany,
and on top of that, to put her in the game and utilize her offensively too, that was big balls to do that. Huge, because not only is Sabrina not getting it going, but defensively, we having trouble because Williams was getting downhill. So he was able to slow her down too. That was a huge adjustment on her part. Man, I love that.
And I know y'all talked about it already, so I'm not trying to keep going into it, but I thought she made a mistake not putting Lainey Hamilton in the game. I thought she was making a huge mistake. I was like, Coach, you got to play her with Sabrina and Stewie not being able to score. I thought she could have mixed it up. I thought maybe if not, maybe sit Thornton down for a second. But
she was rocking with Thornton.
Yeah,
Thornton and Sabali.
I was really thinking that she should have put Lainey Hamilton back in the game, and she didn't, and that's why she's making the big buck coaching, and I'm sitting here talking about it.
You see the commissioner what she wore to the post game match?
Yeah, I seen she had
New
the
York skyline fit, bro. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm not gonna hold
That's
you,
what's
bro.
up,
That's
though.
nuts.
It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing. What you
I don't know.
Stage.
In 2002, he could have wore purple and gold for all I saw. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't see no robbery. I didn't see a robbery at all. I saw great basketball, great defense, and that's what you're gonna get when you have a defensive game like that. You can't. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought it was
Adam Silver. Can you imagine Adam Silver coming to the podium with a green suit on?
He does every year. Money suit, some money suit. TV right, the TV deal. That's what it is.
Hey, well,
$100 million contract on the way.
I think it would have been big for the Lynx to win their 5th too. You know what I mean? The Lynx are a storied franchise. If you know winning 5, that's
nobody else has done that. Nobody else has done that.
But look though, if you watch the series, I've seen the Lynx get some favorable calls. You know what I'm saying, in certain games too. So it's not, officiating is just officiating. It's gonna be good calls, bad calls. You gotta make your free throws, take care of the ball. You know what I'm saying, and do that when it matters. But that's all I got to say about it. I love that game. That was a great game.
Great game.
Before we get into our rankings, we got a couple super chats. I'm gonna go ahead and acknowledge these people, and also take the time to shout out our members. Shout out to everybody that's filing in here. We are about to get into the power rankings, and you are about to witness an all-time Players' Choice episode. But Arch 4 sent through a super chat, $100 to be exact. He said, "Dion the Great, the aura, the real PCL champion. Let's get cancerous."
Shout out, Bam.
Shout out Arch, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for, the donation, all that good stuff. And I appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? We better than ever, Today's a good day, so today's another good day to shine. So I'm feeling real good.
Yeah, man. Shout out, Bam. Hey, by the way, I'm about to be on a menace. I'm be a menace this year online, getting banned at DPOY trophy, by the way.
That's going to AD. that belongs to LA.
No, I'm sorry. A 12 seed isn't winning it. I'll make sure.
12 seed. We be the number 1 seed. Let's get to that though.
What seed do you think Miami's gonna be? What seed do you think Miami's gonna be?
They're gonna be at least 8.
Hey, okay. And the Lakers gonna be a 12 seed?
No, they're gonna be like 7th.
They're gonna be Cleveland's gonna be a 3 seed, and it's going.
Anyway. They're gonna be a top 9 offense this year, I think. Now, but the defense issue, they're gonna be like 14th. So they ain't winning none.
The Lakers?
Yeah, they're gonna be like 14th.
Defense.
Yeah, their defense isn't good. I don't know.
Well, we have seen a team that has the 14th ranked defense win the defensive player of the year. Marcus Camby, the Denver Nuggets were 14th in the league when he won defensive player of the year.
Look, well,
Denver
had aura. The Denver
that
was pre-Denver Thuggets. We had a lot of aura at the time. Respect.
Mutombo was I think in '95. I think that Atlanta was 14th and he won the defensive player of the year. Ain't no aura in Atlanta in 1995.
Atlanta.
Kill it.
Hot Atlanta?
Kill that. Ain't no aura in Atlanta.
In Wizard City?
Not in 1995. It ain't. No. Sorry.
Ox in Wizard City? There's a lot of aura down here, man.
Sorry, brother.
Matter of fact, there's a place named after Ox right down the street.
Mm-hmm. All right, man.
We got Nuggets.
All right. Relax.
Yo, here we go. Let's get into it.
Rock, I said one thing real quick. I'm stuck on derail us. I just want to know, chill. I'm actually I text J-Rock last night. Would it be amazing if we could get Liberty, Yankees, Knicks this year?
It would have been if my Mets had the nuts for it. If my Mets had the nuts for it.
Hey, hold on.
When I say
he
we,
wants to chill.
Hold on.
California rooting for New York teams. He wants to chill.
How many times? When was I ever rooting for the Liberty? Relax.
You was rooting for Liberty.
He never was.
You sent me the text. You sent me the text talk about Go Liberty.
All right. Anyways. Get him out of here. When I say, but y'all know, like I say we a lot when I'm just talking about like what we could get as a sports community. If we as a sports community had a line, because the Liberty already won it, so they kicked it off for New York. So now we got to go with New York. If Minnesota won it, I could easily say, what if we got a Lynx, Vikings, T-Wolves? You know what I mean? So,
but Ox, though, I know the context to this.
That would be great. That would be great. What, the Yankees?
Yes.
I grew up with my mama, bro. Like, come on.
So you a Yankees fan? That's the same thing with Chill. He said his uncles. He said his dad.
All right, but that was swipe. But don't talk to me about it. I didn't grill Chill about that. That was swipe.
I'm grilling you about it.
First of all,
you can't grill me about nothing.
You from California putting on for New York. How that work?
I like it. You know what, Ryan?
I'm from Jersey putting on for the 49ers.
I'm just letting the chat know this is why Chill with Chill is such a great show.
Exactly.
Okay, that's all I'm letting them know, that you guys rep the whole United States, not just one coast.
Can Chill answer the question, Ryan, without you interrupting? Yo, Chill, would that be crazy though? Liberty, Knicks,
I don't think that's ever happened before.
I would say Giants, Jets, but y'all see what's going on.
Yeah, we already see what's going on with the Giants.
It's happened in Denver before. We had back
and the Rangers too. So I mean, if you think about it, if my Mets had the nuts for it, we would have had Subway Series Part 2.
How you a Mets fan?
How am I a Mets fan? What do you mean? How am I a Mets fan? I've been a Mets fan since I was 13 years old. I fell in love with Dallas Strawberry.
All right, let's move on. Let's get to the list.
Yes, sir.
I was gonna say this: our Guardians, we got cheated. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's red.
So why you a Cleveland fan?
He from there.
So why he a Lakers fan?
Bro, you know my name, bro. LeBron. What you talking about?
He's not a Lakers
fan. Wait. You changed your name to LeBron?
He's not a James. He's not a Lakers. He's a James guy.
You see it.
Understand the difference.
We'll let LeBron go. We going. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, bro. The Lakers are gonna have a better defense than the Denver Nuggets, bro. So whatever we at, you guys gonna be lower than that. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
Shots fired. Okay. Mars, why you a Rockets fan? You live in Alabama and you a Rockets fan?
There's an NBA team in Alabama.
I mean.
No, there isn't.
Pelicans is right down the street.
Okay, so shut up.
That's right. You supposed to stay in the region.
Get to the list.
Let's get to the list. Come on.
All right, y'all. At 30. Is it really too surprising? Well, maybe. But at 30, we have the Washington Wizards.
Nice.
I'm glad we all agreed on that.
Should have been unanimous.
And we didn't all agree.
We did.
I know we go Ox talking about they're gonna be in the play-in. So
no. I think that I don't. And you guys know I don't pay a lot of attention to preseason, but I think they got an average margin of losing by like 25 in the preseason.
You talking about the Kings or you talking?
No, I'm talking about the Wizards. Like they're getting smoked in the preseason. They're getting blown out by everybody.
Why you say that, Sniper? We've been losing in the preseason.
0-5.
I think you guys lost every game.
By the way, every team that's gone over in the preseason has hit their under in the regular season from a betting standpoint. By the way, so just everybody be on the lookout.
Keep that in mind.
Yo. Let's go.
Put some bread on Sac
as a unit.
Put some bread on Sacramento. Go put your bread on Sac.
Let's go, Chad. Go make y'all some money.
Put some bread on Sac.
Celtics title and parlaying that with the Kings under. You make money.
Go make y'all some money.
Whatever the line is, take the under on Sac.
Swiper just drops y'all the gym.
Yeah, hey, listen to Swiper. Do that.
Take the under on Sacramento.
At 29, we have the Nets.
Oh, you guys sold.
The Nets.
You guys sold.
Who had the Nets? Wait, hold on. Who had the Nets here?
I had them actually. I had them 30. I had them as the worst team in the league.
Yeah, you guys.
Oh wow.
You guys
Who had the Nets here?
Well, it was 3 people that had him at 30. Chill, Pin, and me.
Yeah.
Who?
Chill, Pin, and me.
So I'm surprised by one of those names. That's a ball knower, and that's Chill. So I'm not surprised by the rest of y'all. So y'all had Nets at the last in the NBA.
I don't know why you guys think the Nets are good.
If you look at the landscape of the
no one thinks these teams are good.
I was about to say the New Jersey Nets, but if you look at the landscape of the Brooklyn Nets, they don't have anything substantial to suggest that they can win more than 20 games. Nothing.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. And Mars, you're gonna take years off my life with this Ben Simmons logic.
The Wizards aren't gonna win 20 games. The Wizards are not gonna win 20 games.
And Brooklyn isn't either. That's why they're 30 and 29. So
wait a minute.
Why are the Nets not 29?
Why are the Nets not 29? The same reason why Brooklyn is 30. Because these teams can win 15 games.
30?
This team can win 13 games.
You had them behind the Blazers?
Right there. Yes.
Nah.
I think Brooklyn's going to be the worst team in the league.
29.
Yes, I think they're going to be the worst team in the league. They don't have
Ben
a franchise.
Simmons come back.
They don't have a franchise player. They don't have an
They
identity.
still got Cam Thomas.
And that's all you guys are trying to sell me on is Ben Simmons is back. Ben Simmons is back. Ben Simmons is back.
12 and 5. That's what you're selling me. 12.5 rebounds.
Nick Claxton a decent player.
Who's going to play 22 minutes a game? Him and your identity on defense in Brooklyn is going to be Nick Claxton and
Ben Simmons.
They still have Dennis Schroeder.
Who you're not going to have, by the way,
Johnson,
the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's because you a hater. Ben Simmons going to be there this year.
No, he isn't, Mars.
Right,
well, not going to be there.
The Wizards are worse and the Blazers are worse. You guys are just Nets haters. It is what it is.
I don't think the Blazers.
Don't they got Boyan? What you talking about?
Yeah.
Man, you tripping, chill.
Boyan is a shooter. He's not a defender.
They're starting 5.
And he needs somebody to
Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney, and Nick.
Excuse
you hear that?
Yeah, I heard you. So who is setting up Boyan for shots?
Dennis
Schroeder.
Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons.
Did you see Dennis Schroeder like 2 months ago?
So we're basing our logic on Ben Simmons setting up Bojan for shots, and defensively we got Nick Claxton and Ben Simmons, who hasn't played basketball consistently
Dorian
in 2 years.
Finney-Smith.
And Dorian Finney-Smith.
If I
chill, they're not being serious, chill.
Look, if I ask the exact same questions about the Wizards, what? Jordan Poole playmaking? Marvin Bagley anchoring the defense? Like,
Malcolm Brogdon? Respect Malcolm Brogdon?
So what you just said? So
he's always up.
Okay, so the difference is that he actually has played.
Not hurt right now.
Ben Simmons has not played. That's number one. Number two, we actually seen Jordan Poole over the last couple of years.
Well, no, yeah, we
have.
We
got
seen him.
Was he garbage last year in Washington?
Garbage.
Yes, he was. And I'm not arguing. I can't believe I'm sitting here arguing with you dudes going to be the worst team in the league. I can't believe. But anyway,
this is why PC exists.
Right, exactly. No question about it.
30 and 29.
Right. 30 and 29. I think Alex Sarr's going to be a lot better than I'm giving him credit for. I do.
He not going to be better than
No.
I think he's going to be
Bilal Coulibaly, year 2 resurgence?
Yes.
Bilal's their best. Bilal going to be their best player. That's how dire
No,
situation.
first off,
He going to be better than Kuz?
Kuz a bum. All right, never mind. All right, cool.
You think Kuz is a bum, Mars, or is he just not, or is he just in a situation where
he's your best player? You're the 30th best team in the league.
Well, that's the point, Mars. The fact that he's playing that doesn't make him a bum because he's a starter on the championship team. So he's not a bum.
For who? For who?
For LeBron and AD.
He's starting.
Who? No. Dion. He said a championship team.
Yes.
Championship.
The Lakers won a championship. He was the starter on that
No, I'm not talking about 7 years ago. I'm talking about today, right now, today.
So you're talking about Kuzma, who's what, 27? No, he's not a starter today. I don't think he's starting on the Celtics. I don't think he's starting on the Knicks. But with that being said, he's still not garbage. He's just on a bad team.
Either. I don't think garbage either. All right, we got to move on, bro.
If he's
all right,
their
28.
best player, that's the 30th best team in the world.
I don't hear this. Who's 28?
They might even be like the 40th best team in the world.
All right, so you guys know when we do this list, we tend to have a couple ties. We will have about 3 more ties, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken. But we have our first tie right here for 27th and 28th.
Yep.
And you guys know which 2 teams these are. Mm-hmm. We got the Nets out the way. We got the Wizards out the way. So that leaves 2 more teams that,
Charlotte and
are in
Detroit.
poverty.
I don't know who the teams are.
Wait, who are the other 2 teams? Wait.
Well, Ox got one right with Detroit. But he failed to mention that his Blazers are in here too.
You guys have the Pistons down here?
Who's Blazers?
Relax, Ox. My bad. So when I say his, sometimes I'm referring to everybody. You know, like you get that. All right, so we gotta come up with this tiebreaker between the Pistons and the Blazers. But Mars, you're wondering why the Blazers are?
No, then I looked at it. Then I looked at it and I was like, okay, it makes sense. But Portland's are by far worse. By far.
No, I think the Pistons are honestly worse, bro. The Pistons are definitely worse, bro.
I'm with Dion.
Yeah.
You guys can be wrong. That's fine. You guys.
Other than K, they don't have nobody. I'm looking at it right now.
That's just not true. That's not true.
What, Tim Hardaway Jr.? He's going to depend on,
that's not true.
No.
They got Jaden Ivey, though.
First of all, they got one of the better rebounders in the league in Jalen Duren. And JB Bickerstaff is a better coach than Chauncey Billups.
They can't even wear headbands, Dion.
Yeah, we're still in culture.
I don't know about that coaching, chill either. By the way,
The
Did he
Blazers,
pick-
the
You
Blazers,
got-
the
you got-
Blazers
you
got
got
better
Superchats
rebounding than
100% he's a better coach.
Pistons.
Then Chauncey Billups. In terms of the talent,
Sure, the Blazers got better rebounding than the Pistons.
do they?
With Aiden and Klingon. Yeah.
Sure. Aiton and Klingon. I won't argue that.
Robert Williams.
He know
hurt.
he's
He's hurt.
They both gonna be gone. Y'all seen that 20 rebound game from Klingon?
I told you Aiden not gonna make it very far.
How many blocks did he have? 4?
Well, 14, 20, and 4 blocks, I think.
Yeah.
4 blocks.
They're out of there. Hey, they are gone.
So this Detroit Pistons team with Cade, not just with Cade, but with Ivy, which I thought was going to be one of the better backcourts in the game before Monty Williams came along and kind of threw a monkey wrench in it. Now you get JB Bickerstaff back, so we could get back on track with that. Then you got a big kid in Jaden Ivey, one of the best glass cleaners in the game, and he looks much better defensively. The effort is there. I know how you dudes feel about Tobias Harris, and I feel similar to that. But I think
he's on a reasonable contract. He's a good player.
Yes, he is. 100% he is. So with him, Cade, I think that they're going to be. I think they'll be better than the Trailblazers.
So we got 2 for the Pistons.
Wait. Swiper, you can't equate how good a player is based on how much he's getting paid.
No, I'm saying people's biggest issue with him was the fact he's making 180. It's what I was saying.
I don't think that's people's biggest issue with him.
he's over the hill though. When you guys say, I mean,
Over the hill.
32, Dion. That's it. It's
How is
32
he
years
over the
old.
hill?
But
He's still in his prime. Yeah, he's still in his prime. No, he's 32.
But
played-
that's over the hill compared. I mean, it's not LeBron James at 40. You know what I'm saying? 32 years old. I mean, he's
comparing
over the
Tobias
hill.
Harris to LeBron James. Is that what you want to be on?
I'm just saying he's over the hill. That's what I'm saying. I mean, so at 32 years old, you're over the hill. I mean, you got like what? 3 more
Kevin
years
Durant,
left?
Steph Curry, Kawhi Leonard playing wise.
All-time greats. I mean, don't mention Kawhi Leonard. I mean,
You just brought up Dion. You just brought up LeBron James.
32.
And Tobias Harris.
33.
Bro, Tobias Harris is over the hill in his career.
No, he's
Let's be
okay. So
honest.
he's on the other side of who
That's so if he's going down the hill, he's
Okay,
over
so
the hill.
he's on the other side, but he's still in his prime, though. I think that you're referring to over the hill being like he's washed. No, he's not washed.
I mean, he's not washed. But I mean, how much more production he's going to have Detroit Pistons? I mean, they're the worst team in the league last year.
Is Anthony Davis over the hill?
And AD's in that upper class though, so you can't compare AD. Yeah, absolutely.
You just said that you just compared LeBron James to Tobias Harris.
I'm just saying that's
not what he did. That's not what he's doing. Y'all trying to not hear what he's saying. He's being very reasonable.
Y'all.
Please,
just because yes, y'all. Please straighten me out. Y'all. Both of y'all are being very
These two dudes right here.
Just
straighten me
because
out.
I got you. Just because he used the name. Over the hill is exactly what Dion said. He's not getting better. He's in fact getting worse. He's over his peak. He's over his hill. Yes, that's a fact. Tobias Harris is never going to be better than he is today. He's only getting worse. He's declining.
I can't speak that up.
And I can, and that's why I'm doing this, Swiper. Tobias Harris is not getting better, bro. Right. That's all. That's all. And you know what I'm saying? And the fact that he said no, well, he's not like LeBron at that age. And that's because, as he said, what y'all are talking about upper echelon players. LeBron James and Anthony Davis are in a completely different class, completely different tier than Tobias Harris. So when Tobias Harris is getting worse, it doesn't look the same as Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Y'all know what he's talking about.
So no, we don't know what he's talking about. So why bring those guys up? Now, if you want to talk about getting over we talk about being over the hill.
Swiper brought up Anthony Davis.
Okay, first and foremost, Ox, let's be clear about when you hear guys say over the hill. Over the hill 9 times out of 10 means you washed. That's what that means. Now, Tobias Harris at 32 years old, he's still in his prime. So there are still some years left at this level that he is at. He's not done. There's a difference between being over the hill and being
That's
finished.
not what Dion said, though. He said over the hill.
He said,
shit.
okay, he said over the
I didn't
That's
say
what
he
he
was
said.
finished. I say it was over the hill.
That's what he said. He said
Yeah,
over the hill,
if-
which
if-
I know what over the hill means.
If a career is a whole hill, you go with the car, right? And it gets over. He's right here. And he's not at the bottom, but he's over the hill. I mean, that's all I'm saying. You feel me?
All right, fellas, we're gonna get back to the list, but I do got some super chats over 10 minutes or over $10 that I gotta read right now. One is from David Mujinaya. He said, y'all ducking the PC top 75 list.
What's top 75?
Yeah, what's the PC
Top 75 players?
Now?
In the NBA now?
He said top 75. I'm
I
assuming.
promise I ain't sending run a list of 75 players. I'm not doing that.
Well, not only that, we went over that ESPN top 100 list. We did that already.
But then
And,
y'all rank y'all.
and not only that, why are we ducking it? How come everything around this bitch is a fucking fight. God damn, everything is a fight. Give me a break. Yeah, oh my goodness, you ducking this, you ducking that, you ducking this, you ducking that. How come everything is a fight? Yeah, I know we're on a debate show, and I know we got to debate things, but damn, everything is a fight?
You gotta be. That's how it is. That's how life is. You fight every day. When you woke up this morning, chill, you was fighting to wake up. You know what I'm saying? That's how life is.
No, I wasn't. I jumped right
You're not that old. Even I wouldn't say that.
No, I didn't. I was
Was you fighting to go to sleep last night too?
No,
was you fighting in your dreams?
No, I was not. Not
fighting.
I do sometimes wake up with. I do sometimes wake up with scratches. I'm like, yo,
that's because the chat be pulling up on you in your dreams.
Like, was somebody in here last night? Did I get it on? Somebody, what's going
Buddy
on?
Braxton James B.
Man, what is happening?
But you know, Detroit got nothing. Detroit don't got nothing, man. I mean, they should be at the bottom of the list. I mean, either 29 or 30. Again, he's not. There's nothing on their team that moves me from last year. I mean, they're going to do the same type of things. I mean, Kate Cunningham, honestly, save him. He should get out of Detroit. But other than that, I mean, they have no really that much talent on their team. So that's all I'm gonna say about them.
Styles Blackman said, disgusted at how the Lynx got robbed of a championship last night. I don't give a F what Chill is talking about. Ruined one of the best series I've ever seen in my life. The commissioner had an NY dress on. Be for real.
Yeah, break. You had double-digit leads in two of the 5 games, and you lost them. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not.
All right, y'all. So let's break the tie one more time. Mars, who do you have?
The Blazers are worse.
Dion has the Pistons. Ox, you have the Pistons. Chill, you have the Pistons.
I got the Blazers at 28.
All right, we have a 2-2 tie. What did Swiper say?
I don't know. Look at his list.
He said the Pistons.
List, man. You have the lists.
I know I have the list. I'm gonna give him an opportunity to break the tie.
Which team did he have lower on the list, Ron?
Mars, shut up. He has the Pistons higher. So we're gonna rock with the Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
Pistons are trash, huh?
Yeah.
The Blazers, part of it was the Blazers are in the West, so they're just gonna get beat up. That was part of it. Like, they don't have the opportunity to play the Wizards as many times as the Pistons are going to be able to play them, etc. They're just going to be getting cooked night in, night out. So that was part of it.
Damn, poor Blazers. All right, so the Blazers are at 28, and we have the Pistons at 27.
The Pistons at 27. Who do I? Nope.
All right, next up. This one should be actually surprising. We have the Chicago Bulls.
Oh my God.
That's too low.
You guys are really drinking the Kool-Aid of this Texas team, but okay.
San Antonio.
Yeah. No, Penn had them at like 7. He's just skewed the whole list. That's what's happened. But
Penn did have him the highest.
Mars, I'm not trying to hear that from you, Mars. You telling me that this dude gonna be a top 10 player in the game this season? I'm not trying to hear that they're gonna be at the bottom of the league.
That's how I think he can be.
You think he could be a top 10 player in the league this season? So if you think he can be a top 10 player in the league this season alone, not in 2 years, but this season alone, with the addition of what they had, plus guys coming back and getting better. Don't get me wrong, Chris Paul is going to be 40. I won't argue that. Chris Paul is going to be 40. But if he plays to the level you think he can play at, there's no way that they're a bottom 3 team, bottom 4 team in the league. They're not. I
think Kevin Garnett was a top 10 player in 2007, and his team was the 13th seed.
That was a completely different situation. Kevin Garnett was not 20. Kevin Garnett was not 20 years old, Mars. He wasn't in year 2. It has everything to do with it. He was a different player.
I'm talking about the level of play he was a different my point even more potent.
He was a different level player.
2007, I think, is going to be better than Wemby is this year, and his team stunk. So it's not about what KG could do. The team was just horrible. So if KG is better than Wemby is,
right,
and his team was the 13th seed,
sure,
I think I'm well within my right to say Wemby can also be a 13th seed.
No, the reason why you're not well in your right with that, Mars, is because that Minnesota team that you say stinks. I'd like to think that this San Antonio team is better this year than they were last year. Off the strip that Wemby is better. The difference is off the strip that Wemby is better. Wemby isn't the same player he was last year. Kevin Garnett in 2007 was in year 12. It's probably the same player you saw the year before that. In fact, to Dion's point, Kevin Garnett, and I think in 2007, I think he was 31. Was he over the hill, or maybe was he around that?
In his
Especially
in
at that time
2006,
period.
they were the 14 seeds, and he was still a top 10 player in the
So
league.
2006, 2007.
No, in 06, 07, they were the 13 seed. He was a
Right.
top 10 player in the league, in my opinion. In 2005, 06, they were the 14 seed.
Right.
He was still a top 10 player, in my opinion.
Sure.
The Wolves
still
just
over the
stunk.
hill.
Was he
That's
improving,
all I'm
Mars? Is
saying.
my
The
question.
Wolves just
'Cause,
stunk.
Mars, your stance is that Kevin Garnett was a top 10 player, but he was who he was at that point. Wemby is getting better, and you think with him getting better, San Antonio is going to be better than what they were last year.
Yeah, they go from the 14 seeds to maybe the 14 seeds.
So the same as last year.
The same standing, better team. The West is better. I don't know how this is something controversial. He can be better. The team can still be in the same spot because the rest of the West is also getting better. And he single-handedly isn't going to carry this team to the play-in when the other teams in the NBA are just far superior to what he has. Same reason why Minnesota Timberwolves were missing the playoffs, being one of the worst teams in the West, despite having one of the best players on the planet.
That logic doesn't work because Kevin Garnett wasn't getting better. Wemby is getting better, and you think he's going to go from what he was last year and moving into the. Let me ask you a question, Miles. Last season, at the end of last season, where was Wemby as a player? And when I say where was he at, was he a top 20 player at the end of last season? So with him going from top 20 to moving into the top 10, that means he's going to be substantially better than what he was last year. As good as the Western Conference is, I won't argue that. As good as the Western Conference is, they did make some additions in San Antonio. And I can't think that this San Antonio team, everybody that's on the crew last year, coming back this year, is going to be the same. There has to be some improvements there. That's why they went and got Harrison Barnes. That's why they went and got Chris Paul, because these other guys are going to be better. That Minnesota team, Kevin Garnett was who he already is in 2006, 2007. There isn't anything more. So if you think that Wemby is going to go from being arguably a top 20 player to being solidified as a top 10 player, that means he gets substantially better. And in addition to him getting substantially better, that San Antonio team is going to be better with the rest of the guys that they have on that crew. There's no way you could think that they're going to be a bottom 5 seed, even if the Western Conference is better.
I didn't say solidified top 10. I said I think he can be. And if I'm looking at the West, I mean, Dallas got better. Denver are just clearly better than the Spurs. I'm not doing that today. Denver are just clearly better than the Spurs. The Warriors may be better than the Spurs. You think Houston is one of the 5 best teams in the West?
I do.
The Lakers are still better than the Spurs. The Memphis are obviously gotten better. The Wolves are still clearly better. OKC are clearly better. Phoenix are clearly better. The Kings are clearly better. Like, I'm looking at the West. All these teams are clearly better. Even with a Wemby improvement, the Spurs just aren't going to be better than them. And me saying Wemby's going to be better does not mean that the Spurs are going to jump up 4 teams in the rankings, because I still think Wemby being better, that doesn't mean I think he's better than Steph Curry. That doesn't mean I think he's better than whatever Kawhi Leonard is going to look like this year. I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just saying that doesn't mean I think that.
Sure.
There's still players in the West who are probably still better than Wemby, even if Wemby improves. And Wemby improving doesn't mean I think the Spurs are just going to win a bunch more games. They won 22 games last year. They can still win 24 games this year just because the West is tougher. The league is overall tougher. With Wemby's improvement, that doesn't mean he's just going to win a bunch more games. Like, that doesn't mean that. KG went from winning an MVP to missing the playoffs 3 straight years.
Kevin Garnett was already solidified as a top 10 player in 2007 at that point, though. So I don't think that's.
He was maybe the best player in the world in 04. They go to the conference finals. Then he misses the playoffs for 3 straight years.
Right. So I don't think that's fair to talk about him and Wemby, because Wemby was getting better.
Fellas, we got to get back to the list, though. We will see where the Spurs ultimately land, but we got the Bulls at 25.
You got the Bulls at 25?
Lonzo going to get them to the playoffs.
Bulls at 26. I'm sorry.
Hey, Mars, I'm on that train, Mars. I'm on that train.
Now you're buying into the Lonzo.
I'm on that train, Mars.
Still, no way you're on that train
I'm on that
after 2 preseason games.
If he could, then my issue with LaMelo is health. If he could stay healthy and I could get 65, 70 games out of him, they knocking on that play-in door.
But do we get 65, 70 games out of him?
That's what it is.
That's the thing that I'm worried about. It just surprises me that you say you're on a train, because you're typically the guy that is you go to craziest about health. We obviously haven't seen him play in 2 years.
Sure.
He gets a brand new knee or a dead new knee.
We talking about LaMelo. We ain't talking about Lonzo. We talking about LaMelo. We talking about Charlotte knocking on the door. Not LaMelo. Not
so
Lonzo.
Chill's a hater. Never mind. Chill's a
No,
hater.
talking about two different.
I thought Chill had common sense today. No,
Chicago's not gonna. No, Lonzo ain't gonna be there. He's gonna be gone.
All right, there we go.
Lonzo's not gonna be there.
Move on. Next team. I thought Chill was being smart today.
Yeah, I definitely thought you was talking about Lonzo.
I thought Chill was
Charlotte.
I'm on that same train though. It's good to see you, brother.
Lonzo's not gonna be there. No.
Nah. I thought. Nah, never mind.
Even if he gives you 65 games, they're still not gonna make the playoffs. I mean, I don't think Lonzo Ball is gonna change the factor of the Chicago Bulls. I mean, they're pretty much need to rebuild and keep the players that they got. Right now, I feel like they're not gonna make the playoffs at all. So I think Chicago's not doing it at all.
All right, well, it's definitely a lot of questions and uncertainty with Chicago. On top of that, even fully healthy, I don't think that they would probably crack the top 20. But either way it goes, Chicago's at 26. Mm-hmm. At 25, we have the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's about right.
I had them at 27.
All right, so currently right now we have the Washington Wizards, the Brooklyn Nets, the Portland Trailblazers, the Detroit Pistons, the Chicago Bulls, and the Utah Jazz at 25. Chat, how we doing? We off to a good start?
I don't think it's that bad.
I got to pay more attention to Will Hardy as a coach because Mars, you keep telling me the offensive genius that he is. Meanwhile, he doesn't know what he's doing with the big fella. I know what he's doing with Lauri Markkanen, but
talking about John Collins? Oh, Walker Kessler.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing with Walker Kessler.
Because he's bad on offense.
I mean, I saw him in the FIBA World Championships. He's not as mobile as I would like him to be. I mean, I saw him in college, and he's not as mobile as I'd like him to be. He's actually good around the basket, so I don't really know what they're doing with him there. So I gotta pay more attention to Will Hardy. I caught a couple of Utah Jazz games last year, but I'm gonna watch more this year. I find myself watching more bad teams this year too, by the way.
As you should. The bad teams are more entertaining. We already know what these good teams
I agree, Mars.
You don't have to watch we can talk about the good teams for 14 hours and we'll still have enough to say. Like we're gonna see them enough. The bad teams, no one's watching them. That's what people need to be here for. Like we need to be the representation of watching Portland Trailblazers games because everyone's watching the Lakers. Like they don't need more people watching the Lakers. We need to talk about the teams that no one's taking the time to watch. So that's why I spend my regular seasons watching the mediocre teams. Because
I agree. And for me, Mars, it's not necessarily watching the bad team. It's more so watching the young players on those teams. Getting a chance to see like what this dude was just drafted number 2 years ago. Let's see how he looks. Let's see the things he can improve on. Let's actually see his growth, or let's determine that maybe he's not really all of that good. You know, it's the bad teams that obviously get the best players in the draft. So I mean, I just like to see the prospects and see what they turn out to be, how they look, and make a good projection.
Scoot's going to be better this year too, Mars.
I mean, he can't be worse.
How much better? How much better you think though?
I think that you can get what you got out of him last year at 14 or 15 a game. I think you can get that on better efficiency.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Can't wait for a team to trade for Corey Kispert at the deadline. They're gonna get us still. But we don't have to wait for that.
One thing we don't have to wait for is Arch 4 to chime in with his opinion on whatever it is we may be talking about. Arch 4 said, remember when Will came in here and said Bronny is doo-doo and y'all jumped him? Yeah, that take aged like fine wine, didn't it? Versus Dion the Great is the real debate I'm waiting for. Will versus Dion the Great is the debate I'm waiting for.
Will.
Shout out to
Will. Shout out Will, man. Whatever you ready, man. And again, about Bronny, he's not trash at all. We've seen what he can do the last game. Talked about the skill set of still being able to shoot and still get open and still be able to still find teammates. The thing about it is when you look at the 55th pick, there's not a worse player, than Bronny James. So, he got a lot to work on, but, we here for him, and he's the best player inside the draft still. I still think that. So that's how I feel.
All right, y'all. Let's get back to it. Chill. I don't know what's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know what's funny.
This dude said he got the same skill set as Kyrie Irving, yo. He said that.
Hey,
he said he had the same skill set as Kyrie Irving.
The way he catches the ball.
Hey, Bronny did have a nice layup last night where he came brought it from the right to the left. I was all right.
There's
Earl was
no
coming
way
that
you're
stuff.
praising that transition layup.
Hey, that was
with
all right for real.
Moses Moody rim protection. Like,
That was
come
all
on.
right.
That's the standard.
I'm saying more is like
Hey.
he dropped Moses Moody off. What makes me think that it would have been different?
About
If it
up
was,
and under layup against 6'4" guards.
if
Like,
Rudy was there, he probably would have done the
That's
same
still-
thing to go better
that's-
too.
Oh, relax, Ron. I was just about to get with you, bro.
All right. I take that back, Docs. Go ahead. Proceed.
I'm saying because like a contested layup is a contested layup against whoever's guarding you. That's what's up.
It
You know?
wasn't contested. They, just,
Bro, he read
they
the
were
defense.
just
He
in
read
the
defense.
vicinity. They weren't.
Mars, he
Look,
got
I didn't see
he
it,
got
Mars.
tricky in midair.
I didn't
and
see
I
it,
liked
Mars. I didn't see it.
He
I
read
didn't-
the
It wasn't a
defense.
Nah,
contested
he got
layup.
tricky for real. Left to right, brought it up and under.
Nah, hey,
Hey,
damn all
he's-
that. He talking about Kyrie Irving to just ruin everything. Like,
He
bro,
scored more
get
points
outta
than
here
Klay
with that.
Thompson in the preseason. That's all I know. So I
He
mean,
did
Bronny,
what? He
yeah,
did score more points than
What'd he
Klay.
say?
he scored more points than Klay Thompson in the preseason.
Oh.
So I mean, hey, I'm not,
okay.
you know what I'm saying. So I mean, you guys are hard on Bronny, but I think his skill set
I'm not.
is above
I'm
none,
not
you
hard
know
on
what I'm
Bronny
saying?
at all.
We gonna see this season when he dropped 30. We gonna see this season. Though, so, you know, so
He
I'm not-
he
I'm not
30
worried
for
about it.
30, both
I'm not worried
Jameses.
about it.
I'm here
He
for it.
What he
Come
looked
on.
like in that
That
preseason
would
game
be
where he
so
had
fun.
17, that's what he would look like in college, because that's who he was going up against. He was going up against second and third. He was going up against second and third unit guys, which when he was in school, he'd be going up against first unit guys, and you would see the development. But automatically, you see that, and it's like, okay, Bronny's in effect. Let's chill out. He's getting better.
So chill. What you telling me is come early December, early January, you're telling me that in the Staples Center, Bron and Bronny couldn't catch up with the Wizards or the Trailblazers or Detroit and go 30 for 30?
No, I'm not telling
You telling me that
I would
Bronny
telling
Jr.
to see it. I would
You
I'm
tell
here
me
for it.
that
Possible.
LeBron James and LeBron James Jr. couldn't drop us a 30 for 30?
A nice
so
30 for 30 documentary, chill.
I'm here for it. I am 100% here for it. But the
I'm
idea
excited.
of both of them dudes getting 30, yeah, I'm here for it. Oh, I'm definitely here for it.
It's gonna happen.
That's historic.
Listen, D-Lo better be worried about his job.
Keep
That's all I'm saying.
Kyrie out of this, though.
Man, if they combine for 30, I'll be happy. Just let Bron get 28 and Bronny get himself a layup.
Which is more likely than 30 for
Nah,
more
Mars,
likely
we
than
playing
30
against the
for 30.
Wizards. They combined them for 64. Bron 34,
Bron gonna have like
Bronny 30.
58. Bron gonna have like 58.
Hey,
Man,
Bronny, I
let's
believe
just-
in you, okay?
Let's say Bronny gets hot and hits 5 or 6 threes. You know what I'm saying? Six threes from Bronny. You know, get some transition buckets. Pop
Yeah,
Storm a lob for
two
for
numbers in the up and under.
He get 28. He get his steal, kick it up to Bron. Bron like run with me. He throw it off the glass. Bronny come for 30. Come
Swiper,
on.
just so you know, we haven't gotten to the Lakers yet, by the way.
All
I
I know
got a real
is
question,
we-
though.
That's what put that.
I got a real question though.
We haven't
When you
even
talk
gotten
about
to
when you
it.
talk about jump shot wise, just the look of the jump shot, Bronny got at least a top 5 jump shot in the league. Like when you talk about the actual form, when you talk about the actual form though, like seriously, when you look at his actual
It's
jump
not
shot,
bad.
yeah.
It's not bad.
If
It's
you
not a
just
bad form.
if you ignore the outcome,
For now.
all right, cool.
He hit him in practice.
It's about the mechanics, though, Mars. You said that
D-
yourself.
Dion. Well, all I'm trying to
Doesn't
say
mean
is
it looks pretty as good.
It's-
well more than
his-
how it looks.
his jumper does look good, but it doesn't look as good as his up and unders. That's all I'm
That's fair.
saying.
That's fair.
Who's the next
That's
team?
fair.
Who's the next team?
I can't wait for Bron to be throwing Bronny lobs, though. That's what I can't wait for. They throwing them back and forth to each other all game.
Ox, are you here? Wait, Ox, are you here for the Laker cartel? Are you here for it?
No, but I'm here for the father-son duo all time.
Okay.
Like that would be amazing.
okay.
You know,
Right.
that would be crazy.
I
Playing
think
with your
they
son or
already
playing with your
combined for
pops
the most
either way.
points
What?
But between a father and son duo, I think they have the most points of all time, like combined.
They
That's
probably-
facts.
We haven't even gotten to the books yet. We haven't even
Well,
gotten
I
to
don't
the
know.
actual
Maybe Kobe and his dad might be above him. Let me see how.
Hey, man, shout out those Jameses, man. Hey, we keep it up with the Jameses. The Joneses is out of here. We keep it up with the Jameses. But all right, y'all. To move on to the next team, we have the Charlotte Hornets at 24.
at Chicago at 24.
Where did I have the one? Oh,
Yeah.
I just think the league don't take the Charlotte Hornets serious. I mean, I think it's a whole bunch of childish people on the team. LaMelo Ball, is he going to still be healthy the entire season? You know what I'm saying? What's Miller going to do? Is he going to be able to develop to like an actual star player or even subpar star player? I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? I just like the league don't take the Charlotte Hornets serious.
I had them at 21, I think. So, yeah, I think
I had them at 25.
I think I had him 27.
You had him 27, Swipe?
You guys think they're gonna stink?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Jordan had him at 18.
That's off the strength of LaMelo not holding up. If he breaks down again this year, I'm out.
No, it looks like he's taking the necessary precautions. He wearing ankle braces for the first time. He's also, his jumper's different. He's not jumping at all on his jumper. So I guess that's to try and stop people from getting up under him in his landing space and stuff. So he seems to be taking the necessary precautions. Brandon Miller looks good. LaMelo looks like LaMelo.
Just get Salon, Mars. You might be wrong about him. I don't know.
I don't think I'm wrong. I mean, I think he's everything I said he was. Irrationally confident, very high energy. If you can just bottle that and he can start making shots at a better clip he did overseas, he's about everything I said he was. It just turns out that he might be ready to contribute quicker than I thought.
Yeah.
But in terms of his actual who he is, I think I pretty much summed him up perfectly. Not afraid to take any shot, whether that's 30 feet or whether that's right in the corner, wide open, contested, whatever. He believes he can make it. And his energy on both sides of the ball is some of the best in the league. I was pretty much right about him. He just was making shots at a clip I didn't expect right away. But I give credit to him and his work ethic, I guess.
Get Mark Williams healthy. Grant Williams in that rotation, Seth in that rotation, and LaMelo Ball is the post holding up this tent. If he can stay healthy, I think they're knocking on that play-in door. I do.
Chill, it's not just LaMelo though. Brandon got a ball this year. For them to not like make any noise, Brandon really got to take a step forward. He didn't really got to be in that most improved conversation.
I think that's predicated on LaMelo staying healthy, though, Ron. I think that's predicated on LaMelo staying healthy, him being a better playmaker, him getting him more involved in it. When you got a point guard like LaMelo who's able to create shots for other people like he does and play make for other people like he does, that makes your team substantially better. That's why I think he's the post holding up the tent.
And Miles Bridges, he's coming with his
Taj Gibson
as well.
is the post holding up the tent. Taj Gibson, that guy. Shout out Taj Gibson right there. You know what I'm saying?
Brandon Miller was
in the league.
So there's that. If he can keep whatever he was doing up in the preseason up, that's one of the best shooters in the league. So
yeah, Brandon Miller's tough.
Yeah.
But all right, on to the next team. We talked about him a little bit earlier. We talked about their best player becoming one of the best players in the NBA, top 10 to be exact. But coming in at 23, we have the San Antonio Spurs.
Where did Penn have them?
So for the Spurs, Penn had them at 19.
Oh, okay. So not too. Okay, cool.
I had them at 23.
I had them at 27.
Yeah, Mars, you had them the lowest. Penn had them the highest, obviously.
Yeah, I'm at 24.
Mars, what's your over? I got 35 wins, over and under on the Spurs. Substantially under or
they're going to be about 26, 27, I think.
So we got a 4 or 5 game improvement from last year.
That's what I'm guessing, but maybe if they do surprise them, I'm gonna be watching. So I'd like to see them win a lot of games.
So what does this do for Wemby's career early on if he make the playoffs? Like, what would that do for Wemby? Because he already came out like as the number one hypes as LeBron James and all that good stuff. Like, what does that do for Wemby if he make the playoffs this season with like Chris Paul? And also, what does that do for Chris Paul's career too?
Nothing.
As long as he doesn't make the finals, he'll be all right. Because the only thing that hurts your legacy is making the finals and losing. So as long as he goes to if he goes to the playoffs and loses in the conference finals or the first round, it will help him because he got to the playoffs with the Spurs team. But if he goes to the finals and then loses, then all of a sudden, his GOAT case is over. So
it doesn't. I don't think it does anything for him, especially if they miss the playoffs the next year or something like that. I don't think it does anything for him.
What does it do for Wemby? A lot.
Yeah, playoff experience at 21 is
that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Means a lot for all of them.
He played in the French playoffs, so he has some playoff experience.
I think it's eerily similar to Luka, though. We get to see him go to the playoffs early.
Yeah.
We get to see how he performs in a playoff setting, which I expect his game to translate, just like Luka's did. And once Luka did that in year 2, we automatically knew, like, this is going to be scary for a very long time.
Luka's a first-team All-Pro in year 2. Is Wemby a first-team All-Pro in year 2?
Unfortunately, unless 3 people are not healthy, probably not. It's just top of the league. It's a little bit different now.
And also, I think people forget how good Luka is and was.
Yeah,
in year 2, he was really good. Yes, he was.
I mean, Embiid's not playing back-to-back games, so I mean, it would be crazy that Wemby's a better player than Embiid after this season.
Well, you don't have to worry about Embiid making any all-pro teams because he's not going to meet the requirements. So you ain't got to worry about that.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean,
Wemby not better than him.
Now, let's chill out on that.
Wemby could be better than Embiid after this season. I wouldn't be surprised.
Then that means so you think he can be better than Anthony Davis by the end of the season?
Yeah, I mean that's definitely possible. Yeah, I mean he's a 7'5" guy shooting from three. I mean, what are you saying? I mean,
I don't think so, but I think Wemby being top 10 for sure is possible. But Embiid is a little bit.
Yeah, I think top 10 is possible. You know, Joel Embiid.
Is it Wemby gonna be more available than Joel?
Y'all
Embiid?
dudes, man.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be more available.
Crack the top 10? Holy shit!
I mean, I think it's probable. I mean, Steph Curry can decline. He's 50.
Okay.
KD and Bron both can't.
So
sorry, Dion. Sorry.
If you a GM though, after this season, you go pick Joel Embiid over Wemby. After this season,
they'll take Wemby now.
I hate those. Wemby is the most generational prospect I've seen in my lifetime. I'm taking him over anyone. That doesn't mean he's the best player in the league.
Right.
I think he could be better. Not the best. I don't think Joel Embiid's the best player in the league, but I feel like after this season, after Wemby get a little bit more, stuff under his belt, I truly believe he could be a better player than Joel Embiid. I mean, what does Joel Embiid bring to the table? I mean, Wemby could be a 30-point game scorer. Wemby's a better defender than Joel Embiid right now as we speak. I mean. On top of that, I feel like Wemby could be a better playmaker than Joel Embiid as well. So after this season, I wouldn't be surprised if Wemby's a better player than Joel, especially with the health reason too. I mean, Wemby will give me 70 games, 75 plus games a season. I don't see Joel Embiid doing that. So we go see.
We do have to factor in the health. I don't know if I hate that. I don't know if I hate the health logic. I don't. But the jump that y'all dudes are talking about, jumping into the top 10 players in the NBA. He has to get substantially better in order to jump into the top 10
he has
players
to do
in the
his
game.
last 35
He was
games.
damn near playing at a top 10 level the last 2-3 months of the season.
Yeah, he has to do his last 35 games the whole season, and I would argue that he's the 10th.
Which means he's got to do that plus more to be a top 10 player. So
what he was doing.
What was he doing? Was he like 20? I think he was like 26 or 27, like 12.
Yes, but then 11, like 5.5 to 6. 3 and 2, and with a pretty sizable differential when on the court. And then on top of that, he was also getting that crazy run, multiple games. He had a crazy run versus Denver. His defense is otherworldly. He's not the post defender that some other players are, but in terms of connected defense, playing off ball, gapping, switching, he was just doing all of it. And then Wemby, once he just figures out his he already has a very high confidence level, but once he figures out that he can basically interject his will almost at any point in time, and then also learning how to optimize his size versus bigger matchups instead of taking them to the post, hitting that key fade that you can hit over anybody, it's just going to be it's curtains.
He's going to have to.
How would Wemby look on the 76ers?
How would he look on the? Well, he'd look a lot better because he'd have more competent players. Not that there aren't competent players on San Antonio, but if we can rewind back to the top 10 players. So let's see: Joker, Giannis, Luka, Tatum, SGA, Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, James, KD, Steph Curry. Let's see, who am I leaving out? Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, Jalen Brunson, Bam Adebayo. Let's see.
I'm waiting to hear Kawhi.
I had Steph at 10, Jason Tatum at 9, AD at 8, LeBron at 7, and KD at 6. So that would be saying that he can be better than Steph by the end of next year.
I don't think Brunson's a better player than Wemby at all either, right now, as we speak.
Sorry, Ox, De'Aaron Fox. Oh, no, it's Domantas
Sabonis, thank you, man.
There you go. Wemby's last 24 games, he averaged 24, 12, 5, and 4.5 blocks.
You say that one more time? 24, 12.
24, 12, 5, and 4.5 blocks.
That's Anthony Davis.
And that's
for the entire season.
That's better
Anthony
than AD.
Davis. No, it's not. Anthony Davis averaged what? I think Anthony Davis averaged 24.
AD was 26 and 12, I think.
Yeah, that's Anthony Davis for the whole
season. How many rebounds and blocks, though?
No, 12 rebounds.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, not rebounds. How many assist and blocks?
He averaged about 3 assists and 2 blocks, I think.
I'm telling you,
that's Anthony Davis for the whole season.
Well, hold on, no.
AD he was 25, 12.5, 3.5 assists, and 2.3 blocks. So
that's AD with more shot creation, more playmaking.
That's where I was going, Swiper. So I Wemby's going to have to be a better shot creator. He's going to have to be more involved in the offense. Them throwing him lobs, them throwing him the ball when it's necessary around the basket. Him defensively, he's going to have to look better. So I'll be interested to see him crack the top 10. I'm not as high as you guys are on him.
Did Luka crack the top 10 year 2?
Probably. If not, he
first
was,
team
he was right around
28, 7 and 28. Was that 28, 8 and 8? 29,
28,
8
and 8, something like that.
He was top 10 for sure.
I think that might have been his most rebounds he ever averaged.
That was the 1920 season.
Yep.
Yep,
Luka in 1920 was 29, 9.5, and 9 assists.
So that was almost 30, 10, and 10.
Yeah, if he didn't crack it during the season, he definitely cracked it during the postseason.
And just
if he
to be
didn't
clear
crack it
about
during the
this,
postseason, going into year 3, he was 100% a top.
And
Yeah,
just
he
to be
was- he
clear
was
about this,
definitely
Jill,
around there, yeah.
numbers aside, there's a very real place where Wemby's just a more impactful player than Luka on a possession by possession basis, even next year.
Year 2 versus year 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like
I
he might
Just
not
making
have
sure
the
that you didn't
stats.
get taken out of context and people think you're saying he's better
No.
than Luka.
Yeah, I think just overall, like who's impacting winning more? Yeah, Wemby, because he could
I
average
actually
20.
expect him to be. Swiper, I don't think that's crazy. The defense alone.
Well, it's even offense. That
No.
it's like Luka.
Alone for Luka, I don't know.
Yeah. Luka.
So when I think about
like can Wemby
when I
be a
think
top
about Luka,
25
I'm sorry.
offensive player? Can
Top
Wemby be a top
25?
offensive player next year?
top 25.
So that goes from Jokic all the way to De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is probably like 17 to 22, maybe somewhere there, somewhere around that range. So then right after that would be
Would he be a better offensive player than Zion?
how about this? Would he be a better offensive player than Jaylen Brown?
Nah, I want to say Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's been slandered on
Yeah,
this.
I
don't hate the Zion logic. Mars,
Well,
if
no,
I'm
but
being
the thing
honest
about
with you.
Zion
No.
is Zion is an all-time finisher, though. That's the problem. Like you're going to run into like
He's a little bit more versatile too. I do. I think he's a little bit more. We
But
could put him on the
Wemby-
ball.
What if
can do
Wemby
that.
finishes at a similar rate as Zion?
He's not going. The volume won't be.
It's
similar.
not going to happen. I know, but I'm saying like, what if he
Right.
like basically restricted area in is like godly? You know, no, not godly.
I mean, was it not?
Wemby
Well, this
gives
is
you
a-
other value outside just the restricted area too. He can stretch the floor. You seen in the preseason, people were having to bite on his pump fakes. He's getting downhill too. And on top of that, and I know Zion runs the floor as well, but Wemby will run that floor. And the biggest thing for Wemby with me, which obviously his Spurs teammates aren't taking advantage of it, is him just as a vertical threat. Literally throw the ball in the air, and he's gonna go get it. Like that.
Now,
That is undervalued.
Wemby's going to have like shooting nights where he had in the Olympics, where it's just going to be like he's not hitting anything. But then the other side of that for the equation is Wemby, if he just learned how to use his size and his length, can also still give you like 20, 25 points just on the basis of knowing how to utilize his body. I think that's where the next step is. But if the thing is, if his shooting is there that night, chill, then you know.
Well, he even stopped shooting mid-range.
Go ahead,
as well.
Miles, I'm sorry.
He was
Yeah.
what?
He even needs to stop shooting mid-range jump shots or get better at them. I don't know which one he's going to do, but he has to do one of the
The
other.
second one. The second one is not. He's not going to stop shooting mid range because that's going to be a part of the offense. The way that Boston uses KP, where they have him at the nail and they have him at the free throw line, that's the same thing that they're going to do with Wemby, because you can utilize mismatches with that 100%.
Then he has to
But and I know we got to move on, Ron. But this is a yes or no question, really quickly, guys. In 20,
Mars, yes or no?
Oh my
all of
God.
you guys, yes or no? In 2019, 2020, was Luka better than AD?
No,
Giannis,
no,
James,
no,
Harden,
no.
Joker.
1920. Well, this was like pre-playoff, maybe, but like
Nah,
I think Joker didn't
I
take his
still
lead.
don't got him.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
that was that 2020 regular season was a down year.
remember
From
that's
20.
when he's 19, like 9 and like
Yeah,
7.
like if I read off the box score numbers, you're gonna say Luka clears.
Yeah, but here's the
was
thing is-
21, 9, and 8. 21, 9, and 9. Jokic was 20, 10, and 7.
and it wasn't 20 either. It was 19.9.
It was 19.9, but
20.
yeah, man, let's be honest. And Luka was 4th in MVP. Jokic was 9th.
Yeah,
Well,
that's Jokic's
here's the
step
thing
up.
though. What were Jokic's percentages? I know his percentages were light years better than Luka's.
53% from the field, which isn't great for Jokic standards, and 31% from 3.
And remember, that's when he just entered.
Jokic was taking a bunch of mid-range jumpers this year. This was before Jokic decided he wanted to be the best floater guy of all time. So he was taking a bunch of mid-range jumpers. So his field goal percentage was lower.
That's when he entered the elite.
But it was still better than Luka's, though, right?
His field goal percentage and
but remember, this wasn't like aggressive Joker. This was Joker still doing that, like, I just want to like, hey, just be one of the guys, you know.
Luka was 46, 31. So he was like 5%.
But like I said, but once Joker went to the playoffs, that's when everything like changed. That's when Joker started. Yeah.
So in your guys' estimation, there's a conversation with Luka and Joker. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Conversation. Yeah.
How about Leonard?
No, he was not better than Kawhi Leonard.
How about Siakam?
Yes.
Paul?
No, not remember at that point in time. Paul was still considered a top 10 player.
CP3.
He thinks it's Paul George.
No, Chris Paul.
1920 Paul George was that?
Well, Chris Paul. 19.
He's better than Chris Paul.
Yeah, Chris Paul.
He's better than Chris Paul.
You think he's better than Chris Paul? Okay.
No, but again, remember, it's not just the counting stats with Chris Paul. Chris Paul, was still one of the most impactful players in the league at that point.
He was. Yes, he was. That Oklahoma City team was supposed to be garbage. He took them to the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a conversation I'm saying.
Okay, so that's a conversation. Rudy.
Yes, he was better than Rudy at that point.
Jason Tatum.
Yes. Remember Tatum wasn't.
He was.
Tatum didn't get solidified top 15 until like 21.
But that 2020 year was the first year where Jason Tatum started making them pull up threes. I remember it was like January 2020 where Jason Tatum turned into like the best.
I just think Luka was more polished than him at that point.
Yeah, I think he was better than Tatum at that point.
He had a bigger role too.
How about buckets?
Yeah.
Jimmy didn't start his myth. Remember, the myth of Jimmy didn't start till the playoffs in that 2020 year.
Up until that point, him and Luka.
I still don't think people had Luka better than Jimmy though.
I did.
At that point,
it was better than Jimmy.
Yeah. Ben Simmons.
Yeah, he's better than Ben Simmons.
Yeah, drink more water. That wasn't 1920. Russell Westbrook.
Yes,
he's better than Russ.
So I got so in your guys' estimation, I got 5 yeses, and I got 5 yeses, and I got 10. Let's have a conversation.
He was around the top 10.
Sounds like Luka was in that conversation.
Yeah, he was definitely in the conversation.
Who else was in that class? That was Luka. That was SGA, but he was nothing at this point.
Jalen Brunson was nothing at this point. Jaren Jackson was just an idea at this point. Trae Young had been balling, but he wasn't until like now that's another dude. Trae Young that second year was what 27 and 10. Oh yeah, you didn't say Dame.
Ron would know. Did I not say Damian Lillard? Yeah, Damian Lillard. I'm sorry. I didn't say Damian Lillard. I'm sorry. Damian Lillard.
I mean, Luka came in the league as like a top 5 passer. Though. I mean, that's especially that second year. I feel like he was already a top 5 passer in the league. I mean, who's a better passer than Luka in that second season in the league? I don't think there's 5 better passers than Luka at that time period.
Fellas, we do got to move on though. We'll get to the Mavericks eventually. Back to the list, y'all. This is what it's looking like so far. We got the Wizards at 30, the Nets at 29, the Blazers at 28, the Pistons at 27, the Bulls at 26, the Jazz at 25, the Hornets at 24, the Spurs at 23, and now at 22, we have the Toronto Raptors.
I am going to pay more attention to them this season. I keep hearing, and it wasn't just from Penn. Right, it wasn't just from Penn. When I'm online, I keep hearing the Scotty Barnes logic. Like, you got to pay more attention to Scotty Barnes. So I am going to pay a lot more attention to Toronto this year, and I'm going to watch Scotty Barnes more. When Scotty Barnes came in, I heard the comparison to Scottie Pippen. I was like, yeah, let's chill out on that. Coming into the league, but I do like what he looks like defensively, and I do think he could be an all-league defender at some point. Offensively, I don't know if you guys are on that train. He looks clunky to me. As a scorer.
It looks a little more smoother now, though.
Okay, because when I first started watching him, I wasn't really paying a lot of
game a little more.
It looked clunky to me. I've already and Dell has roasted me on this. I was an RJ Barrett guy when he was with the Knicks. Now that he's in Toronto and he's going to get more touches, he's going to be more involved in the offense. I'm gonna definitely tune more in to what Toronto was doing up there. And I think
no reason to get roasted about the RJ Barrett love. That's who I'm looking forward to watching. I like Scotty. I'm already fond of Scotty Barnes. I was even out of college, even when he was at Florida State. I like Scotty. I think he's going to be a really good player. I'm excited to see if maybe this could turn into, you know, one of them top duos. If RJ can, you know, spread his wings and him and Scotty can make something happen. With obviously they got IQ up there too. Yep. You know what I mean? I'm not high on Toronto as being a competitive team this year, but I think these young players can start getting together and, you know, develop as a solid core. So I'm excited. I'm excited to watch them. Yeah, I'm excited to watch them for sure.
Davion Mitchell.
Davion. They got what's the biggest name that they number 41?
Hurdle.
Kelly
Olynyk.
Kelly O. I think Grady Dick. Gives us. I think Grady Dick gives us a different Grady Dick this season. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Forgot about Grady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Better.
I had them at 26. So yeah, I wasn't nice.
Yeah,
maybe
I did.
Yeah, but I had the Raptors at 22. I disagree with you on the Bulls. I think they're about the same world for me. I think the Bulls are going to be a little bit better than people are giving them credit for.
I had the Bulls above the Raptors.
Yeah. I don't really get the Bulls dissed. If they're all the way there, then they're going to be competing for the playoffs.
But they're not going to be all the way there. That's the difference.
Why?
And they got a coach that can be incompetent more times.
Just to be clear, if they don't have Zach LaVine, they still have one of the best guard rotations in the league, and they have sizable wings. They got a good big. I think Vucevic.
Without Zach LaVine, they still got one of the best guard rotations in the league.
I think all the way. I think through if they're healthy,
they have 3 good guards.
Yeah, that's
who I think they're building the unit around.
All of them, not their peak, but just all of them can play. Every single one of them can play. Josh Giddey, Io, Kobe White, Lonzo, they can play. Every single one of them can play.
I watched the. I watched.
Okay, I can do that.
Fellas, we gonna move on, no chill.
No love for the Bulls.
That's crazy.
At 21, well, this is the reason I wanted to move on. Because at 21, we got the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, everybody got the Atlanta Hawks 21. We already have them at 21. Let's just move on.
Yeah, I had them at 22, but okay, that's close.
Yeah, that's super mid, bro. I
think I had them at 19.
Super mid, Dion, or just mid?
Super mid. Like they're the most mid team ever. Honestly, they're like literally 500 since since Trae Young been there. Honestly, I feel like Trae Young should go ahead and get out of Atlanta. I don't think they're building anything there. I would rather for them to go with their younger crew and just go ahead and get Trae Young out of Atlanta. I don't know where he can land. I don't know about the contract. I don't know how players feel about him because of defense. But it's definitely time for a trade.
What if Reese is actually really good? What if he's that good?
I believe y'all sleeping on the Hawks for real.
He looked good in the preseason.
I'll say what if
Did
he's
you guys see Jalen Johnson?
Yeah.
Love him.
Yeah, what if
Dion,
Reese
y'all sleeping on the Hawks?
There's gonna be another rookie.
I feel like they just go with their young crew. Rebuild the young crew that they got going on. I don't know if Trae Young's going to match with them that well. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
Trae Young is young.
Trey's
Trae is young.
Of the young.
But
yeah,
okay. But he been with the franchise for the last 5 years.
Luka, he came with Luka. He's going into year 7.
Yeah, 7 exactly. So the ship, I feel like it sailed with Atlanta Hawks. I feel like they haven't moved anywhere.
What if DeAndre Hunter stays healthy? What if Bogey plays well again this year? Like they got their wings play healthy. What if Clint Capella's a good finisher? Big O hits his mid-range jump shots again. I don't know, bro. I want to go. Let's move on. But
if they could be all right. If they had 2018 Clint Capella, I'd say they would make the playoffs.
That was 7.
Trae. Think about this: Trae Young with Ricochet and Jalen Johnson on the wing, and Hunter.
Respect Dyson Daniels?
Yeah, definitely respect
Dyson Daniels.
Who I love, by the way, Mars turned me on to Dyson Daniels.
Dyson Daniels.
Mars turned me on to Dyson Daniels. I watched him in the preseason. I did watch him in the
6'7" guard.
I watched him shut the door on Tyrese Maxey. I'm like,
Hey,
Dion,
I just need one of them. I just need one of them guards. That's it. I just need one.
I like it. I like what I'm seeing. Hey, Swiper, let me tell you right now, you better not call up the Atlanta Hawks because you're getting the phone hung up on you. Hell no.
Nah, don't call Atlanta. Hawks? Call Chicago since you love them so much.
I do. I take either one of them. The East got a bunch of mid-teams with good guards that are doing nothing. That's what they need to go ahead and come off one of them.
Johnny Davis might get waived. You can go pick him up.
Nah. Anyway, move on. Next team.
You got Russell Westbrook, bro. You good?
Facts.
I'm good with that as a backup point guard.
Jokic wanted him so bad.
See, that's we're not even talking about the same position. We're not even talking about the same position. Move on.
100. You ain't got to do the quotes. Joker.
He can't stand the heat. Here. Move on.
I'm trying not to make it. Denver's not up. I'm not trying to make it about Denver. Go ahead. Move on.
But before we get to the 20 through 11, I'm gonna go ahead and read a couple super chats.
Hurry up and read
Salute to everybody that's in here. Slap that like button, subscribe, become a member, and just keep doing what you're doing, chat. LaFlame said Sabrina is who y'all think Tatum was. L refs.
Was? Dude, we just read Tatum's shooting splits, by the way, before the show started. So
You read them. No one
yeah,
else.
as a point, and she'll ask who else could win with their two best players shooting. I only reason I brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
And we ain't had nobody that went 1 for 19. We ain't have that.
Exactly.
I
not
mean,
even
four for 26 is pretty. Anyway.
You know he just wanted to slander Jay.
No, I didn't. I just first thing I thought about.
It's well deserved.
The Warriors don't have that. Steph didn't do that. I mean, unless you brought up Andrew Wiggins.
Game
but
3, 2018, 3 for 17.
No, I'm talking about 2022, winning a title.
They
The
won in
difference
2018.
the difference between Steph and Sabrina Swiper is that Jason Tatum was actually supplying some very good defense on the other end. Sabrina and Steph
You see
can't
Steph
go.
Curry on Marcus Smart in that series?
All right, bro.
In 2018, Steph went 3 for 17 and they won the game.
I'll be trying to be serious. Swiper.
Didn't he go 0 for 10? Didn't he go like 0 for 10 on the long ball?
Game 5 against Boston.
Yes.
Game 5 against Boston. He was 0 for 9 from 3.
Mm-hmm.
They won.
All right, y'all. The Diddler chimed in and said, "We champions. I don't care. Don't speak on my wife Sabrina. Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. Will Smith style. Minnesota, keep crying. We at the parade."
Quiet, did
Hey,
you got a husband. Quiet.
Hey, I made a joke about that last night. I did my stand up last night, and I made a joke about that, about the Chris Rock Will Smith thing.
Did you sit down or stand up doing the stand up?
What do you mean? It's called stand up comedy. What do you?
I know, but
Why
did
would
you
I sit down?
Because the same thing, one of the things about public speaking is true and comedic. Most people don't want to laugh at somebody that can beat them up because they swole or beat them up because they tall. So that can take away from the jokes. So I'm saying,
you being on stage,
you got a little bit of both. I'm just saying, you got a little bit of both. You ain't swole. You and Ron are both like petite in a little bit. But I'm saying, but you got like tattoos. You know what I mean? Like 6'8",
6'9".
Yeah, but I'm funny
saying,
though, so I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about you not laughing at me. You gonna laugh? Like, this shit funny. This shit is hilarious.
You forcing people to laugh.
Yeah, that sounds
intimidating.
scary.
Crazy.
People in the that is. You better laugh at the joke.
Yo, man, I'm just like I just want to just lighten up the mood a little bit. Talk about some comedy. Swap. You trying to make it seem like I'm out here extorting laughs. I
didn't say nothing. Anyway, go ahead, Ron.
I'm standing up though, Swiper, for sure. I'm about to start standing on a box.
I can support that.
774 doing comedy nuts.
Cultured Bandit sent through a members chat. He's been a member for 11 months. He said Yankees versus Dodgers is about to be a great.
It would have been Yankees Mets if my boys could have hit and could have drove runs home.
Chill. What?
2 for 26.
Y'all didn't stand the Dodgers or the definition of a super team.
2 for 20. 2 for 20.
It should be the 2024-25.
We had opportunities.
Los Angeles Dodgers.
We had opportunities to score. 2 for 26. We're runners in scoring position. 2 for 26. Garbage. We can't score. We had plenty of opportunities to score.
This World Series is who can buy the best team. Not what this World Series.
It really is.
That's always
who has. I'm here for it though, Swiper.
No, hold on, chill. Soto. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Judge. Mm-hmm. Giancarlo. That's your 2 through 4 or 3 through 5.
Mm-hmm.
What are you supposed to do? Like I'm genuine. What am I supposed to do about that?
I can tell you what you're not going to do. You can't pitch around them. You can't do that. You got to face them. You have
somebody.
To.
It's just somebody got to have a bad day. Somebody has to have a bad day.
Either way it goes, I'm here to tell you the Dodgers finna pack them Yankees up. So be happy about the Liberty, New York.
They got the best pitching in the league, bro.
And the Dodgers pitching.
Shohei ain't going out. Mookie Betts ain't going out.
Let's see, their middle relief has been kind of whack.
That's crazy.
Man,
Max Muncy ain't going out.
The capitalist team. Yeah, you reading the names off. He reading the names off. He's reading the names off. Let's move.
All right. You don't want me to read no more? All right. Well, I'm gonna read one more super chat. Jamal said, "Don't be an L host, Ron. Huh? Get through the list in a timely fashion. Don't spend 45 minutes on the Hawks to push your trade agenda."
Not like he's not done that before. So it's not like he's not done that before.
I'm gonna spare y'all today, even though I want to, for real. All right, here we go.
On the next team. We're getting to number 20.
I told you more. I even left to answer a phone call.
At 20, we have a team from Los Angeles. but not your team, Dion. We got the Clippers. Is this low?
I had them one spot above the Hawks.
I had
That's
19.
I had them a
them
little bit
19.
higher.
I would have had them higher, but I'm not gonna lie, Kawhi. It's not looking good.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's not looking good for me.
Yeah, I got the Clippers at 19.
Yeah.
Y'all don't believe in
I had
James?
Clippers at 18.
Me believing in James is why I don't have them in the bottom 10.
All right.
Okay.
But if you're telling me I get 22 and 11, James Harden again, I mean, maybe.
Well, not
maybe
that.
17.
You're not getting 22 and 11, Swipe, because what I'm listening to, the clock is about to get dialed back, and you're getting 29 and 10.
No,
James.
nobody said that.
That's
Nobody
what
said
you're
that. Nobody said that. No,
You
who said
looking
that?
straight?
Yeah,
You
no,
looking straight.
I
This
said
dude right here.
36.
Yeah,
is
this
what
dude
I
right
said.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this dude right
Yeah,
here. You're getting
yeah.
29 and 10, James Harden. We're getting 2019 James Harden.
Okay, but
Yeah.
that's from the same realm of Rockets top 5. They're both in the same category. This is both them takes.
Oh, okay. So logical. Nice.
Right, logical
Appreciate
facts.
How many centers better than Zubac?
it. He good. I'll say that he good.
Okay, first of all, we haven't gotten to the Clippers yet. How about let's deal with who we already dealing with right now.
James Harden on the Clippers.
Yeah, we're doing the Clippers.
Yeah,
They're
on the
19.
Clippers.
They're 20. They're at 20.
They're 20, right? Yeah.
I had them at 18.
All right. Yeah, I think that's
Who's
fair.
who was the
Chris
lowest
Paul
on that? Who was the lowest on them?
The lowest on the Clippers was
Ox.
24. Penn and Jordan both had him at
Penn
24.
and Jordan.
I ain't have them.
No, I had him at 19, Swipe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wow.
I had him at 19 as well, I think.
Yeah, how do they drop? Oh, so the 24 must took them out then because yeah. 19
24
right.
is tough.
This my thing.
They had
though,
a 23.
Like,
ZZ put him
Kawhi-
at 23.
if
You asked for ZZ's input?
wow.
That's from the logo.
No, because it's only
from the logo.
It's only power ranking from right now though, Swiper. So
Yeah.
in mid-November, early December, if Kawhi's inflammation suddenly disappears, I could easily go from 19 all the way up to 12.
Suddenly disappears.
Not suddenly, but they're working on it.
It gets a little better.
It's recovery. You know what I'm saying? He's in treatment right now. So if they can nip that in the bud for a little bit and he can get around to playing another 65, 68 games again, then you know what I'm saying?
That boy need to come back for the last 30 games of the season.
I'm not gonna lie. He could 3 years ago, he should have just done what Lonzo did, man. That's what he should have done. Will Chamberlain's other knee. That's what he should have done. But,
I mean,
well,
they got
technically,
Kevin
Lonzo
Porter
wouldn't
Jr.
even
too.
had his knee.
yeah, Kawhi should have been patient.
They each just need one.
Exactly. Lonzo got Wilt's left knee. Kawhi got
Isn't it both knees with Kawhi?
No, it's the right one.
Not
It's the
specifically the
one.
right knee.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. So Kawhi gets Wilt's right knee and Lonzo gets Wilt's left knee. There we go.
The inflammation is this. It's bone. There's no more cartilage in that knee. It's bone on bone.
crazy.
That's why
They
that
gave Lonzo
inflammation-
more cartilage. They gave Lonzo more cartilage.
That's why it's bone on bone.
Even though they don't got Kawhi Leonard, I mean, they still got a decent amount of guard forwards. I mean, Terrence Mann, Norman Powell. I mean, all those type of guys right there can definitely step in place of Kawhi Leonard. I'm not high on them, obviously, because you need a superstar like in Kawhi Leonard to, be actually effective inside the West. But I mean, James Harden, those guys like that, I feel like they can still, impact games on a nightly basis.
Now, when you say impact games, how competitive do you think the Clippers are going to be? So, just in that division alone, Sacramento, Lakers, Clippers, Phoenix, Golden State, just in that division alone, where do you think they are?
They're going to be in second place, second to last, above Golden State. I mean, I feel like Golden State and them going to be battling just because of Kawhi Leonard not being able to be available for them. But if Kawhi can actually play at least 60 to 50 games, I'll say they're right behind the Lakers and the Suns. I feel like in that category.
The
But
Lakers,
I mean,
Suns, Clippers, Phoenix, Golden State. That's what we're
yeah.
doing.
But they could be number 4. You know what I'm saying? If Kawhi's not healthy, they could honestly be the last team inside of that division as well. I mean, I'm not going to sleep on Stephen Curry and Draymond Green that much, with Buddy Hill addition. But again, I feel like they're going to be out the playoffs too. So for sure.
All right. The Clippers came in at 19, at 18. Oh no, the Clippers came in at 20. At 19, we have the Pelicans.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I had them at 20. Yep. I had them
I
at
had
20.
the Pelicans. Where are the Pelicans?
I had them at 22. I had them at 22.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might have been a little too high. I had them at 16, but I think I had 3 people in the same tier in this area, so I could slide them down.
But I understand where you at with them, Swiper, why you so high on them, because Zion has that kind of quote unquote aura where he can just attract so much attention. Plus, he got that kind of game, and his versatility, just finishing at the rim, being able to handle the basketball, getting downhill, that affects the game so much.
Even feasibly, they have a roster that should work most nights with CJ, Murray, BI, Zion, and then the rookie or Tice, like Trey Murphy, Herb Jones. Like, they just have like pieces. I actually also have been consistently a really big fan of Willie Green. This probably doesn't mean anything to you all, but 2 years ago when they were hurt, they had the best starting 5 in basketball when they were running CJ McCollum, Herb Jones. I think it was,
the 22 season.
Yes, but it was towards the end of the season. It was Jackson Hayes, Valanciunas. It was BI. I think it might have been Herb and CJ. I think it was their 5, and they were working teams with that lineup, and they actually were playing good zone. He just figured out, similar to Jamal Mosley, how to optimize their lineup. So I think they could be a lot better than this, but I also think realistically in the West, they could end up being like
they just extended Trey Murphy. They just extended Trey Murphy.
Yeah, 118.
As they should have.
Shout out to him.
But do you feel like Brandon Ingram's locked in with this unit?
No.
I don't think Brandon Ingram wants to be with this unit. I don't think he likes being with the running with Zion and stuff. I don't think it's nothing personal. I just feel like on the actual game style nightly basis, I feel like his game style doesn't fit with the other guys around him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't be surprised you see a Brandon Ingram trade during this season.
Man, Dion, Brandon Ingram is the number 1 option on this team.
Brandon Ingram going to regardless.
That's what I was about to ask.
Morris, he needs to hoop.
He's going to. It's Brandon Ingram.
I believe he got another level that he could tap into. Of just being more aggressive and just him being stronger, him taking more initiative. I think he got one more level in him that he could kick it up to.
If Zion's healthy this season, though, I mean, you gonna want the ball in Zion's hands before Brandon Ingram.
Zion typically plays off ball more.
CJ McCollum's hand into the game.
CJ McCollum need to be on the end of the bench at the end of the game.
No, he don't.
He just need to be off the ball playing too.
I think CJ already said he not trying to come off the bench. I think CJ.
I'm not necessarily saying he needs to be on the bench. I know I said that, but what I'm more so saying is CJ needs to defer to Zion. He needs to defer to Brandon Ingram. He needs to defer to DeJounte Murray and let them go.
And DeJounte, he want the ball too. You can't have DeJounte Murray out there without getting his shots up as well. I mean, is he gonna play defense? He's not touching the ball. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sold on this crew right here at all.
The thing about the thing about Brandon Ingram is he's a one-on-one player, and every team needs some level of one-on-one player. Now, Zion gives them that versatility where he is a passer. But you got that one-on-one player in Brandon Ingram, which you need. Now, the question is has his stay in New Orleans just been outdated? Like, as long as he's been in New Orleans, has his stay now been like everything that he's done there? Like, are we going to get any more from him? Is that it? Because CJ is the best off the ball. He's the best. He was the best off the ball when he played with Dame. Zion, I think Zion is best with the ball. When Coach Green moved him to the 1, they were much better when he was at the 1, getting downhill. Much better. Brandon Ingram, on the other hand, is a one-on-one player. I feel like his role on that crew, even though you need a one-on-one player, I feel like his time there is just outdated.
Mm-hmm. I like the Pelicans either way it goes. I like them with Brandon Ingram. I told you guys I like their size and versatility just on the with their wing players, in terms of her, Brandon, Trey, even DeJounte in there, Zion as well. I like their versatility with those guys.
Ron, how much better, in your estimation, Ron, how much better is Valanciunas than Theis?
A good bit.
Is there a sizable gap between these guys?
He's much. But at the same time, I'm not, in terms of fit, I don't think it's too far off. In terms of who's better, it's obviously Valanciunas. Right. In terms of fit with this roster, I don't think it's too far off because Theis is going to be just as much of a dirty work guy. He's going to play better defense. He's not going to demand offensive touches.
Sure.
But the biggest loss, though, is the fact they lost their actual 5 that they were playing in real minutes in clutch situation. Yes.
No.
That's their biggest loss. It is Nast. Yeah, he was the one that was making their switch scheme work. He's a good enough rim protector where he makes it possible to do that. And on top of that, he started shooting 3s last year. He at least took them, and that helped them. So I think Theis can do similar. But I do think it's going to be a little bit of a gap between Tice and Larry Nance's overall defensive impact for them.
I like
Yeah.
Herbert Jones though. Herbert Jones is probably the only, I'll say shine of what they got going on. I think Herbert Jones is one of the best defenders in the league. So he's definitely going to be that impactful player for them. But again, it's for me, it's obviously Ingram. He should get traded during this season. I just don't think he fits with this team. He wants to be the number one guy. I mean, that's what he wants to be. He wants to be the number one optional offense. And when you got a guy like Zion Williams, a different generational player, you got to go with Zion before Brandon Ingram. But that's just my take on it.
Yeah, Ingram got he got good value. I would assume he has good value around the league. Dan Gilbert, he had a track record of making good moves and stuff like that. So I trust in his ability to be able to get something significant for Brandon Ingram that would, correlate with everything that they're trying to do over there and the pieces that they got. So either way it goes, I like the Pelicans this year. I think you guys are definitely sleep on this squad, and I think they're gonna make some noise in the Western Conference.
I'm sleeping on the Pels. I don't
For
think
sure.
they're a team. Yep, I'm sleeping.
Yeah,
on
but
them.
we'll see though. All their questions will be answered. Not necessarily will be answered this week, but we'll get a chance to look at it this week and see what do they got. What do they have up their sleeve? What is Willie Green going to do? What's going to be their rotation, their starting lineup, all of that? Who are they going to play at center to start the season? So I'm excited. The NBA tips off tomorrow. It's going to be a very good week. I seen somebody in the chat say this is like the night before Christmas.
Christmas Eve.
But all right, at 18, coming in hot is the Miami Heat.
Wow.
I had them at 17.
I had them at 16.
Nah.
Yeah, I had them at 16.
So not only did they get one of the best centers inside the draft, probably the best center inside the draft. You're talking about having Jimmy Butler come back. You have Bam Adebayo that just learned a lot inside of the 2024 Olympics. I mean, his offensive game is going to go to a different level. So, I mean, I feel like this team has a great offense in a great defense. Tyler Hero got a lot better. So I have Miami Heat top 10.
But Dion, why did Tyler Hero get better? And are you also saying that Bam got better on offense because he was in the Olympics?
Well, no, I just think he learned a lot. Being around those big men that was, being around Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, what I'm saying, it just sharpens your game. His confidence level is at a different level now. So you're going to see Bam Adebayo going out there to try to get 25-point nights, 26-point nights. So when I look at just their lineup of Jimmy Butler, Bam, Tyler Hero, all those guys, and then plus they added that center that they can have at the 5 position, put Bam at the 4. Yeah, Khalil Ware. Yeah, So when I look at that entire lineup, I definitely feel like they could be a top 10 in the power ranking for sure.
So
I wouldn't sleep on them. No.
So to your point about Bam getting better after the Olympics, well, when he came back from the Olympics in 21, he got better as a defender. Offensively, he wasn't substantially better, but he was better. The Miami Heat had, even though they were in the conference championship, they were in the NBA Finals, they're still one of the worst teams offensively in the league. That was going on. They still at the bottom of the.
I think I put too much stock in the Olympics. I hear y'all all the time saying, "Oh, would this player go to the Olympics?" And then now that's going to happen. I don't think playing the Olympics.
Well, there's a track record. There's a track record to substantiate that. Ox. I'm not just saying, and Dion's not just saying that when you play in the Olympics, like you're going to be a better player. No, there's proof in the pudding. Barkley comes back from the Olympics. He wins the league MVP. Jason Tatum comes back from the Olympics. The next year, he's first team All Pro. Bam Adebayo comes back from the Olympics. I think he's third in the league in Defensive Player of the Year. There's stuff to substantiate a guy coming back from the Olympics because he gets better. Sure, I can get with that. The problem is that with the Miami Heat offensively, as good as Eric Spoelstra is, and as good as Bam I think is going to be, I think that overall, I don't like their offense. And I think that's going to be the biggest problem. Even though they get buckets back, I think their biggest problem is going to be on offense because we still have to have – I think their identity is going to be their defense more than it is going to be their offense.
I mean, you look
All
at
right,
it,
fellas. Moving on to 17, we have the Houston Rockets.
I had the Pacers at 17.
Yeah, I had the Rockets at 18.
I had the Rockets 18. One spot above the Heat, so it worked.
I'm clearly the highest in here on the Rockets, and that's what's up. Yeah,
Where did you say you had the Rockets?
I got them in the top 10.
Remember, they're fifth seed. They're fifth seed.
I got them in the top 10.
What? But you got Miami at the top 10, but you have your Houston Rockets in the top 10. That's
Yes,
but
sir.
if he's got the
That's
Rockets in the top
insane,
10,
bro.
who had the Rockets
That's
the lowest
insane.
then? Because someone had to
power-
balance out
No,
having
bro.
them in the top 10.
Well, power rankings though, Chill, are going to be about like who best odds of winning the championship.
Mhm.
And you are a top end talent person, and they would have by far among the top 12 teams, 13, 14 teams that you'll be on your list, the weakest top end talent by a pretty long shot of all the teams that are going to be in that.
I mean,
No,
I don't
chill.
know. I don't know what you're talking about, Swipe. I don't know if they're that less talented than Orlando. I'm not going to argue.
Okay,
that.
so look, I'm looking at 14 right now for me. Definitely behind. 13 definitely behind. Arguable. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. I'm looking at all NBA players.
Just from a talent standpoint, right? And again, we've seen teams that have had good talent, but their mantra is something different. And I think that's who Houston is this year. I think their mantra is going to be, it's not going to be based just on superstar players. Also, and I think we're talking about a Houston Rocket team that people aren't giving them credit for the young talent that they have that's going to blossom. I think Sengun is going to be an all-star this year. I think he's that good.
No way.
Who's going out in the West?
I don't care who's coming out, man.
I think Sengun is going to be an all-star this year. I think Jalen Green.
Well, they're still going to do it. I think Jalen's still going to do it based on position.
Stop trying to get the logistics of how he's going to be an all-star.
Well, no, I'm just want
to. Why you keep saying over who? And I just watched Cat make the all-star team at 21 and 10. And wait a minute, even if he's way better, I watched Cat make the All-Star team at 21 and 10. Meanwhile, Sabonis didn't make the All-Star team, and he led the league in double-double.
They didn't want to put Rudy Gobert in because he's not an offensive player.
That's not the point. The point is that you can make the All-Star. You can make the All-Star team. You can make the All-Star team.
Jokic,
you cannot
Anthony
make the
Davis,
All-Star
Sabonis.
team without having great numbers.
There's going to be a fourth center this year?
No.
They're going to be a fourth center this year?
I think he's going to have an opportunity to make the All-Star team this year. I do. I think
they'll put him in over Sabonis.
I think he's a 20 and 10 guy.
I wouldn't even say that.
It's going to be hard to make it. The West is stacked. But
I will personally be protesting if I see Sabonis out of that game because of Sengun.
Why would you protest it last year?
But what if Sengun is just bad?
Because people don't like Sabonis.
He's not. But
that's the only reason. That's one of the people just don't like Sabonis.
What if he is this year? What if he's just
and
bad?
Sabonis got penalized for his first round appearance versus the Warriors. That's why he got.
He didn't even play bad in that series.
He did
it's
not.
Just a narrative though. It was just a narrative around him.
He didn't. No, he did not play bad in that series.
Sengun can't improve and become better, man.
I think Houston's going to be one of the better teams in the league.
I expect an improvement, Mars.
I think they're going to be one of the better teams.
He looked good in the preseason.
Like I said, I could 100% see him making the All-Star game over DeMontis. I wouldn't be shocked at that at all. First of all, the kid is a really good basketball player. So
damn good.
First of all, we could just respect that he's a hell of a good basketball player.
Yes,
secondly, it's like
second
in the NBA, it's like who's DeMontis Sabonis? They don't value DeMontis. Like, they don't care.
He was on a Netflix.
Hey Ox, for real, that's starting to piss me off, man. When I keep hearing you say that, and that's really burning me because this dude is awesome, yo. And they talk about this dude like he's just okay, and it's starting to piss me off, yo. About this dude. Yo, I'm trying to remember the last dude that led the league in double-doubles and second league in triple-doubles didn't make the All-Star team.
It'll be all right. He'll be okay.
No, it's not, Ox. Like, this dude is a walking double-double. On a Tuesday, I'm 19 and 11, 19 and 12. On a Tuesday, I'm that.
Who is he going to be over with that made an All-Star team?
And y'all talking about this dude like he's just good.
All right, fellas, we do gotta. Sorry, Dion, we do gotta move on. We can't get into a Sabonis argument right now. But at 16, we have the Golden State Warriors.
I had Miami.
Yeah, I had them below the Heat and the Rockets.
I had the Warriors at 20.
I had
them lower.
I think Warriors fans are very high on the team.
Where did ZZ have the Warriors?
14.
Okay, cool.
I got him at 20 as well.
I think I was probably hating on them a little bit too much last week. I think they're better than I was suggesting last week, but I still don't think that they're. I think they're okay. I think they're okay.
Mars, you the type to break up with a girl and then start talking bad about her. Like you never liked her.
100%.
I think they're okay.
like y'all wasn't just all hugged up.
She wasn't
2 weeks
shit.
ago.
I couldn't stand her, man. She never want to spend no money. That's 100% Mars, no doubt about it. No doubt.
It ain't nothing wrong with that, Mars. Trash
It is
her.
something wrong with that.
Hey, Mars, did she trash her?
It is something wrong with that.
Are you Mars? Are you?
I don't do that.
But Mars, are you prepared
Mars,
for
ain't nothing wrong with it, brother.
Are you prepared for the pods? Curry, Buddy Hield, Draymond Green, Kuminga lineup. Are you prepared for that?
I will see that at some point.
Are you prepared for the?
I don't hate that.
Are you prepared for the butt? Are you prepared for the pods? Curry, Draymond, Wiggins, Melton lineup. Are you prepared for that? Because that's going to go on too. Then we got the pods, Kuminga. Let's say we got the pods, Kuminga, Looney, Draymond, Steph lineup.
Chill. Do have Moses
People
Moody
saying
too.
they don't hate that lineup in the Western Conference, bro.
But
They're gonna get stomped. Swipe up.
Swipe it. Just hear me out real quick. I don't like you can't run
What's
that all
happening right
game.
now, Swipe
But
up?
that first lineup that she'll name, if JK is rebounding, I'm talking about rebounding on both ends of the floor, actively hunting rebounds. If he's rebounding on both ends of the floor and running the court, I'm not mad at those minutes. B-Pod and Steph, they pushing the break. Draymond pushing the break. If Steph and Buddy are shooting, I don't hate that lineup for 12 minutes out the game.
Well, their starting lineup right now, I believe, is Steph Wiggins, or at least they're talking about Steph Wiggins, Kuminga, Draymond, Trace. That's one of the, but then the other one is Steph, Pods, Wiggins, Kuminga, Dre, and then Trace off the bench.
I forgot about Drew. But
I'd be surprised if they start Draymond at the 5, but I don't know.
What is the possibility of Stephen Curry winning another MVP this season? So if they say if the Golden State Warriors like top four seed in the West, is he? Is the door closed?
Comes with the hot take.
Is the door closed?
This nigga shooting.
Okay, hold on.
Is the door closed?
Whoa. Expand on that, Dion, because for him to, because this is what I want to know. This is what I want to know.
Go ahead, yeah.
So if you
Why
think about
did I just say, what's the odds of Sengun being MVP? Like, what are we going to
So you
say?
saying-
what I would do, Moss, is I would ask you to expand on that. I would ask you the last league MVP. Who won the league MVP last year? Jokic. Yeah, they were tied for first place. Who won the league MVP the year before that? Joel Embiid.
Right.
They went third place, right? And then Joker won it he was 6th. He did something ridiculous the year he did it, and then the year before that they were 3rd. And then Giannis won it. They went first place. So what I'm thinking is if Steph Curry were to win the league MVP, because winning does matter, even though you have an anomaly. If Steph Curry were to win league MVP, we have to see something astronomical. I'm talking like a 30-plus season. I'm talking about a 50-40-90 season. I'm talking about the Golden State Warriors being substantially better than what they were.
2021 against you. 2021 Steph Curry, and they win 49 games.
He's in the conversation. If he led the league in
That's
scoring,
what I'm saying.
and win 49 and then win 49 games.
Like the 5-6 seed?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Don't forget that year, Mars, the year that he led the league in scoring, I think he finished top 3 that year in league MVP votes.
He came 3rd.
I think he finished top 3. So if they win 49 games and he leads the league in scoring,
But if Steph
which
Curry
by the way,
like if he's having that kind of impact on winning, then absolutely.
well, to your point, Swipe, but if he's leading the league in scoring, what's it going to take to lead the league in scoring? Luka averaged 34 games last year. So it's going to take something like that.
If Steph's averaging 36 at 37 years old, I'm not
That's
going
what
to
I'm
lie.
talking about, Mars.
I
This is
stand with
exactly what
all
I
the
mean.
old heads. I stand with every single one of them. The least good. I'm sorry. I support all of them. There's
I mean,
no
you
way.
can't see
He's
that
averaging his
Draymond
age.
Green,
I'm
bro,
sorry,
Steve
that's not
Curry, and Stephen Curry, trio. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not big on my list. I had him over 20. I had him at the end of the list. I'm just saying though, if Steph come out there, man, have an astronomical season, I mean, is he going to be in the MVP vote race, or you think like he's too old, they don't care about him no more type deal? You know what I'm saying?
They got to win, Dion. That's all it boils down to. If they win, no, he doesn't have to be 2022 Steph. He's the best player on his team, and Steph is going to do what Steph does. It might not look how it looked back then, but he's still going to do that.
It depends on
if
Steph's
they
moment.
win, Steph Curry's getting the nod.
If Steph,
We're
goes
showing
to
him love.
Boston and beats them fourth quarter, if Steph goes to the Thunder, beats them in the fourth quarter, the Nuggets, the Knicks, if he goes on crazy on those games and it's like 35 points a game and like fourth quarter he's hitting those Steph shots from the Olympics, and yeah, he's going to be in a lot of conversation because we got a national movement.
If the Warriors win a chip, since we're just doing these stupid hypotheticals, Warriors win a chip without Klay Thompson, so without his splash brother, without KD again for the 3rd time. with this team that apparently no one seems to believe in. If the Warriors win a chip, where's Steph Curry running full time?
He has to be top 8.
That's
No.
5 championships, 2
At
finals
that
MVP.
point, he has to be
It's gonna
top
be
8.
it's gonna be worse than that. It's gonna be way worse.
Chill. Why does it have to be worse? Why can't you say it's going to be better than that?
Because he's a Steph hater. He doesn't want to put Steph in his top 10. That's the thing. He hates him.
If he win one this year, which isn't going to happen, but if we have to talk about it, Mars, which you know me, I'm down for a hypothetical. I'm with that. Steph's top 10, no doubt. It's no doubt. He ain't on top of that. Watch out, Magic. Magic
He might be higher than that. If I'm being honest with you, if they were to win the NBA championship this year, and Steph Curry is in the league MVP conversation, and they win 49 to 54 games, he ends up top 3, and then they end up marching through the playoffs, and it's solely because of him. And he turns back to 21 Steph Curry, and they win the NBA championship. Forget top 10. We got to have an even more expansive conversation. Yeah,
top 5.
Yes.
Top 9.
So he better than Bill Russell.
Oh my God.
That's who he has a 5. So.
I'm gonna be sick.
Mr. 11 championships.
Hey, it's always out there. I mean, you can't.
I didn't say he's above them, Mars. I said that I said that we have to start entertaining the conversation, considering what he had done.
All right, fellas, we got to continue to keep it pushing. We got 15 more teams to get to. And Arch4 sent through another super chat saying, if the Celtics win this year, will that make Tatum the third best player on a championship team of all time? And don't ever forget Raptors are trash. Dub Swiper, Dub Box.
So again, I want to further confirm why I think that's Bam Adebayo. Can you please put that back up? Further confirm this. He doesn't like the Celtics. He doesn't like the Raptors. And then he also called Tatum the third best player on his team. Dub Swiper, for obvious reason, he brought up the Celtics. And then Dub Ox. That's Bam Adebayo.
It ain't Bam. Because
who's the biggest Agent Wilson fan up here? Do the math, y'all. I'm just telling you.
If it was Bam, it'd be more than 100. He could do more than 100.
He does more than 100 every show.
We seen Gil drop 200 on us. So
no, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. This is like the first time in a while that Arch has been sending Superchats because he's been busy with the preseason. I was wondering. I ain't seen Arch in like a week or so. I was like, and then he came back today. The preseason.
Okay, first and foremost, both of you two are goofies. Why are you goofies? Because they're in practice right now. Because we got a game tomorrow. I mean,
you don't know what Miami going on.
They don't play tomorrow.
He might be getting treatment right now, just watching the show. He might
literally. Matter of fact, chill. I know. I'm going to bet a good amount of money. NBA players while they're icing, while they're icing, they be having a show on in their earpiece, just watching us yap. And I know Bam will say something positive about Bam or Asia or the Heat or whatever else. You know what? Let me go ahead and hit swipe with another 100. Matter of fact, and I go on my Tatum runs, just sync it up, chill. Every time I say something about Tatum, every episode, here come $100.
Here come
$100. It's at least a Miami Heat.
Even though Tatum and Bam are boys, by the way. But go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
But they're not friends on the court. They're not friends on the court.
I guess this is a good time to shout out our Hall of Famers. And then there were 3 Hall of Famers. Cobra Raditz, Multi Kinney, and Hunt Gilgores. Salute to you guys. You guys are the 3 Hall of Famers that we have at this moment in time. So shout out to you. All right, back to the list. This is what we have. I'm going to go ahead and throw this on the screen so you guys can see this and keep up with it, chat. As you can see at 30, we have the Wizards, 29, the Nets, 28, the Blazers, 27, the Pistons, 26, the Bulls, 25, the Jazz, 24, the Hornets, 23, the Spurs, 22, the Raptors, 21, the Hawks, 20, the Clippers, 19, the Pelicans, 18, the Heat, 17, the Rockets, and at 16 is the Golden State Warriors. Now, fellas, we're jumping into the top 15, but we kind of have a little issue on our hands because we have a tie between 2 teams that are both in the Pacific Conference, and I'm glad that I have Dion and Big Ox up here.
Oh my God.
The Lakers and the Kings are tied for 14th and 15th place, and we have to break that tie.
Bro, what?
Why are we so low?
What's going on?
I had them nowhere near each other. So, interesting.
Balanced out.
I got the Lakers.
So who had him at 15, 14, Ron?
I had him at 15.
I had the Lakers
Ludicrous.
at 14. I have them Chill's hot on another team that I think is bogus. If they played right now in a series, I think Chill would pick the Lakers, but he has to stand on his agenda.
So what 14 teams you think is better than the Lakers? You can't name 14.
We'll get to.
You can't name 5 teams better than the Lakers. You can't name 10 teams better than the Lakers.
I had the Kings right at 15. So
No, I had the Kings at 13.
I had the Kings at 11.
I had the Lakers at 11.
What?
Yeah, in a series. I can see the Lakers doing it, but we'll see.
So we have 2 of the top 5 best players inside the league. We have one of the best. We have one of the best younger core players in Dalton Knecht.
Yeah, one of the best what?
Right. We have one of the best young core players in Dalton Knecht out of
young core players or just rookies?
Dalton Knecht would be the oldest player of Houston's young core.
But again, we have on top
who's never played one NBA game, by the way,
and Austin Reeves. And then on top of that, we have other players like Rui come off the bench. We got Vanderbilt's going to be back
coming off the bench
somewhere time this season. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean he starts to come off the bench. I mean he's a good rotation player as well. Mm-hmm. So I mean when you look at the Lakers, actual like just LeBron and Anthony Davis, they have to be top 3. It's that simple.
Let's just vote, bro.
I think the Lakers are better.
That's 2 for the Lakers.
Yeah, if I'm including playoff matchups, I'll put the. I mean, DeMar DeRozan.
It's not the playoffs. It's not the playoffs. It's today. We're doing.
Well, I know, but it's power rankings of who we think the best teams are now. So I'm saying I'm having.
It's good, but it's gonna change throughout the season though.
I know, but it's a preseason power.
Where did you have the Kings?
I think 9.
Okay.
I feel like you guys shouldn't be sleeping on LeBron and Anthony Davis this season.
Who's sleeping
at all? Anthony Davis is going to be top 3 defensive player of the year, bro. LeBron James has a great possibility of being leading inside the MVP vote racing this season as well. I think we're going to see one of the best seasons of LeBron James by far this season in year 22. We're going to see one of LeBron James' best seasons.
Hey, it's 2012 again,
one of LeBron
baby.
James' best seasons like his whole career.
Dion.
Before you ask that, year 21 was one of his best seasons in the regular season of his career already. Year 21, by the numbers, one of his best seasons ever. It's like top 6 when you go look at the actual
2012 again, baby.
But again,
2020. You think last year was one of LeBron's 6 best seasons?
I think
in the regular season. Yes, it's one of his top 6 seasons. Top 6.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, I mean,
way.
So 2008,
he was scoring,
2009, 2010, 2013, 2012, 2013, 2019, 2020.
Go look at the numbers, man. Go look at the numbers. I'm telling you right now.
Get to the numbers.
Respectfully. If last year's LeBron is one of his 6 best seasons, there's no way you think he's as great as you think he is. There's no way.
When you look at
there is no way LeBron can be the best player to ever live.
Understand that.
And you think last year was one of his 6
by the numbers, right?
Way.
By the numbers, that's
there's
one of the most
no
efficient scoring seasons ever. It's one of his best seasons ever when it comes to efficiency and all that good stuff like that.
Let me ask you a question, Dion.
Dominance, obviously, it's not up there. But when you look at the actual scoring of it, how efficient he is on the floor, how did he get to his spots and all that good stuff? That's one of LeBron James' best.
He had his best long ball season. After that,
finishing at the rim was one of his best seasons last year. All of that, his passing, how he's getting the ball to his.
Was he better in your estimation? In your estimation, and this is just a yes or no question. 2007, 2008.
No.
How about 08, 09?
I should just say offense.
Hold on, Dion. 08, 09.
No.
9, 10.
No.
11, 12.
It's an argument. 2011 is an argument.
You said
2011. Yeah, I said
regular season. 11, 12.
Yes, 12. No, 2011 is an argument.
Okay, I didn't say 11. I said 12. 11, 12.
12, yeah.
12, 13.
No.
How about 19, 20?
Nah.
Okay, that's 6 right there.
Okay, but what you gonna put it 7, 8? You put that 7, 8? I mean, offensively, look, that's one of LeBron James' best offensive seasons, bro. I'm telling you, like how efficient he is by passing the ball. He's one of the best decision makers this season inside the entire league.
Okay,
when you go based off how
offensively,
how fast
where does LeBron James rank relative to LeBron James this last year? Where was last year offensively LeBron compared to his career? Where did it rank?
It's top 10.
I mean, he's not lying. He did shoot. This was his highest shooting from.
That's what I'm trying to get. I want to. 2024 LeBron is he better? Is 2024 LeBron better offensively than 2009 LeBron?
No, not 2009. Just because of the volume. That's it.
How about 2017
effective he
James?
is,
How about
1000%.
2017 James? Is he more effective than 2017 James?
No, I
How
wouldn't
about
say so.
How about 18 James?
No, not 18. No.
That's like 8 right there, in addition to the other 6 that I just.
But again, over his how efficient he is on the floor, how is he getting to his shots, when he's choosing his spots and all that good stuff. This is one of the best LeBron James offensive players we've ever seen, and he's going to get a lot better this season.
I would like the community to know, and I think the community would agree that I am the biggest LeBron James supporter up here because I'm realistic. And so I think there's a fanaticism that Dion lives in. I am a realistic LeBron fan. And I personally know, without a shadow of a doubt, he did not have a top 6 season of his NBA career last year, or offensively for that matter. But I do still appreciate the greatness of King James. I even have him above Tatum at times still. So obviously, I'm very high on LeBron. Mm-hmm. But Dion is like another planet. He's like on a different atmosphere.
I feel like Dion is trying to show LeBron love, but he's indirectly slandering what LeBron used to be by doing so.
Yes, there you go.
That's why I feel offensively, the spots that he's choosing on the floor is him being effective of choosing the threes and taking all that good stuff. That was one of his best offensive seasons. Now,
do you remember James?
James?
Dion, you're 21, right? 21 years old?
No. Now that he has more dominance, bro, and you know what I'm saying, he has had more high volume seasons, and he's been more dominant on the offensive end. But when you look at the effectiveness and how efficient he is from the field, this is one of his best seasons. That's all I'm saying. But he's been more dominant.
The league changed over the course of his career, and he got more efficient as the league went on. I wonder why.
A lot of players don't change with the league. You know what I'm saying? That's a talent to change with the league. You know what I'm saying? Him being able to shoot a 3 now when he couldn't shoot a 3 as well back in the day.
Yeah, that's all due to him. Of a superhuman body. Yeah, I mean, I might change.
You can't.
Shout out to LeBron, man. Top 6 season of his career. Shout out to him.
Offensively, but again, the point is the Lakers this season.
Where did you have? Don't
be surprised.
That means Jokic is better than the 6th best version of top 5. So hey, we're getting.
I had the Lakers number 1, bro. That's why I had them. Yeah, they're gonna be better than Denver Nuggets. They're gonna be better than the Celtics. All them. Yes.
What's the record? What's their record?
The only reason
question.
Wait, hold on, chill. If they play it again this year, can you ask him? Can you ask Dick? I can ask him. If you can ask Dion, please. If the Nuggets and Lakers play in the series again, what's the series going to go? Chill, ask first before Dion answers. Because I can't ask him.
How do you feel about them, by the way, Dion, in the playoffs when they play against Denver?
Okay, so first off, I feel like we had our opportunities, our chances. You know what I'm saying? It came down to the stretch of majority of those games. The ball bounced to the Denver Nuggets' way. But do I feel like at the end of the day we have 2 of the best players inside the league? Yes, absolutely. I feel like Anthony Davis, LeBron James can beat the Denver Nuggets this season. The Denver Nuggets have became a way worse team than they was last year. You know what I'm saying? Adding Russell Westbrook, your team's probably not going to make the playoffs. But I do have Denver I do have Denver making the playoffs, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're playing for a play-in spot this season as well. I mean, Jamal Murray's injured. You know what I'm saying? He has injuries. You know what I'm saying? He's not the same. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at that entire lineup, I'm not going to be surprised if the Denver Nuggets are like a 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th seed. Now, the Lakers, we're going to be rolling this season. We have the pieces back. We have the same exact team coming back.
Can you ask him to directly pick the series, please?
Who wins that series, Dion?
I got the Lakers.
And how many games?
I got 6.
And 6 games. And if this season specifically, 50 games for the Lakers, over under?
Over.
How many over?
I say we win 55 games, 55 to 60 games this season.
So close to 60 games in the last year. Right. Now, just so we clear, James last season he played 71 games.
Yeah,
right. James played 71 games last year. Anthony Davis, he was 10th in the league in minutes. That was the most he played since he'd been on the Lakers. Yeah, he won 47 games.
And now they got a better coach though too. Chill.
In the process of them winning 47 games this season, the Western Conference has gotten much better. In addition to you talking about how good Anthony Davis is, in addition to you talking about how good LeBron James is, because I'm here for that 100%. But the Western Conference is a gauntlet. So to say that the Lakers could win 55, 60 games based on just James and Davis, I think that's a little bit naive.
So again,
he said he got the Lakers.
Respect Bronny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ron, you say he got the Lakers number 1?
I have the Lakers number 1. Actually, yeah, absolutely.
Get his list up out of here, Ron.
The only reason it was a tie.
Stop this
the only reason it was a tie is because Dion had the Lakers on 1.
It is right here.
Okay. So,
All right, well, we still have to break this tie nonetheless. Mars, you said Lakers. Dion, you said Lakers. Ach, you said Kings. Chill and Swiper. Who do you guys
I got the Lakers at 15.
So you have the Lakers over the Kings.
I got the Lakers. No, I got the Kings over the Lakers. I'm sorry. I got the Lakers.
Right.
I got the Kings at 13.
I'm not exercising my right to vote.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. 100%.
Ach has the Kings. Swiper. Who do you have?
Just for the sake of the list, put the Kings.
All right. The
Don't
Kings.
go for the sake of the list. This is America, Swiper.
The Kings are in fact above the Lakers. The Kings are at 14.
Y'all voted Tatum,
and the Lakers are at 15.
Ahead of MVP last week, and I joined y'all. So I'm just for the PC content. I'm putting Kings here.
Excuse me.
All right. Keeping it pushing, chat. At 13, we have the Indiana Pacers.
13. Man, why people don't like the Pacers, man? What's up?
I had the Pacers at 10.
I had
the Pacers at 9.
We got some Hallie haters up here.
You had the Pacers where, Swiper?
9.
Oh, okay.
I had them at 17.
Why? What's wrong with you? Why?
Hallie haters up here.
What is that? That's chill. That's like perception. That's not even anywhere based in reality. Why?
Yes, it is. 100%.
So the Rockets are 10, but the Pacers are 17.
Wait, the Rockets are even better at what the Pacers are even better at what the Rockets do. They're going to be the best offense in the NBA.
No.
They're going to be the best offense in the NBA. They got higher top end talent. I would even dare to say that Pascal Siakam better than anybody else on the Rockets roster too. No disrespect, Mars. So I got 2 players that clear you.
Okay.
But, I mean, all right.
So again, bringing up the Houston Rockets, which we haven't gotten to yet, right?
We've already passed them.
We've already passed the Rockets. The Pacers.
You haven't got to the Rockets yet.
Right quick, before you explain, Arch 4 has some explaining that he wants to do. He said, will Bronny and Bron stats combine win an MVP award and OG? What you mean I can do more than 100? Google shut down my account because I spent so much money on this show. LOL. 2K in the live show only.
I
just love the show support.
Google shut down his account for
I ain't complaining. I'm not complaining about what you bring into the table in terms of dough. No, I ain't saying. I just brought up what Gil did. No, I have no problem with the dough that you brought. So no, I ain't.
Arch, if you ask me, if you ask me, Arch, you clear Gil.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
First and foremost. Second off, Google.
I'd like to get back to the basics.
How much? Just if he offered you $100,000 right now, Ron, and one of us got to be off the show for the rest of the year, would you do it? Bam.
Who is he?
If Bam said I'll drop $100,000 right now for PC, one of us got to be off the show.
One of us got to go.
Would you do it?
For the rest of the year, that's just these last 2 months.
Oh no, the NBA season, the whole.
One of us got to go. One of us is out for the season. Who is out?
One of us got to go,
and that includes you. No, that includes you. We got to draw. We got to draw sticks.
Ron to take the 100 bands and choose himself and go on vacation.
In all seriousness, who got to go? I mean,
let the PCO winner get a vacation, man.
All right. There we go. That's the show right there.
Packing up
the
Pack me up.
Packing up the
Ron, you just mad because your Pacers suck, bro. That's all you mad about. Tyrese,
hey, we better than the Lakers,
all, bro. No, y'all not.
We better than the Lakers, and I bet we beat y'all in the in-season tournament this year.
Not better
I bet we beat y'all this year. We ain't had Pascal last year.
Again, Tyrese, bro. Okay, you guys got Tyrese. Who else? Who else you got? What? Pascal? Come on, man.
Miles Turner.
Yep.
LeBron bullied Pascal.
You know what? You know what we got? We got an Eastern Conference Finals. All right, that's what we got.
We got a championship in the Western Conference Finals. What are you talking about?
Don't nobody remember that bubble ring.
Indiana, man. Like, let me just say this: you guys are good on offense. You guys have no defensive set at all. You had.
They do. We've already gone over this. We've already gone over this.
They got better.
You have Zach Edey, bro, bullying your starting center, Miles Turner. You know what I mean? And
he's a bully everybody.
He's a rookie.
7'12".
And he's a rookie. Miles Turner is soft. He's soft. Let's get that straight. Miles Turner is soft.
What is Anthony Davis that he can't beat Sabonis? What happens every time you see Sabonis? What is he soft?
I mean, no. I mean, Sabonis, they have a good game. They got a fast offense. It's more of the transition of the Sacramento Kings. They move fast. The Lakers move slow. That's all that is.
Sabonis bullies him in the half court, sir. Posted back to the basket.
No, it's a couple
Get
games.
under there, little fella.
We gonna see this season though. I mean, Anthony Davis
Yo, am I lying?
is way better than Sabonis.
I feel
No,
like
you're not
you guys
lying.
are
You're
too
not
low
lying.
on the Pacers. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think so too. 17 is crazy, chill.
No, it's not. And the reason why it's not
Chill.
crazy
No,
is
it
y'all-
is. I'm telling you, you're the only one that had him that low. It is.
Y'all not sleep.
Is that the lowest one? Is that the lowest? 17.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me. Yep. 17 is the lowest for the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
There was also a 16, 15, 14, 14.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
So
no
is
matter
Leah Swipe
no
the
matter what
highest?
they do, they could beat the Bucks as many times as possible. Chill, you'll still think the Bucks are better.
Marge, you said it's swipe at the highest?
We saw this.
Yeah,
hold
Swipe had
on,
him at
man.
9.
We saw.
Where'd you
Did I not see? Did I not see Phoenix beat Minnesota this
Should have
last
put a
season?
Dion.
No, it's not the same. Not the same. Not the same.
It's 100% the same.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
100%. I saw
Wait.
Phoenix. I saw Phoenix beat Minnesota 3 times. They mopped them out the
Timberwolves,
playoffs.
they played in the in-season
Mopped
tournament
them.
playoffs. They played in the in-season tournament playoffs when games counted.
Oh, so that's what it is.
Oh, they don't count? Oh, those games don't count?
Okay. No, actually, they don't. Statistically, they don't. No,
Oh, wow.
I didn't know you. I didn't.
Well,
I
you know,
didn't
the NBA has an 11 year. They have,
doesn't count statistically.
they have an 11-year contract with Emeritus for the in-season tournament. So it's going to count more and more.
You mean Emirates? That's what you're talking
Emirates.
about. Anyway, so
I've never heard it said like that.
me neither.
Emeritus.
That's what.
Yeah, I've never.
I
heard
mean,
it said like
Swipe
that.
is more cultured than all of us. He does have a whole.
There's another word. There's another word. that's
Yeah,
different.
Swipe is
so he's
Serbian.
right. He's correct.
I've been to Greece. I've been to Belgium. I've
But
been to
Swiper
Ireland.
is Serbian.
I've been.
Like,
Bro,
chill.
I'm from Park Hill, Colorado, bro. I've never been to
Swiper,
Serbia.
back
Go
to your
ahead, Joe.
point. I think one of the main
Serbia,
reasons why
Colorado,
is when I think about teams that have snuck up on teams previous, like what the Indiana Pacers did. I don't think that that's going to happen this year. I think defensively, as good as you say that they are, I feel like the teams in the Eastern Conference, a lot of teams in the Eastern Conference are a lot better. Offensively, they're going to be one of the better teams in the East. I'm not going to argue that part. But I think that a lot of the teams in the East, like Milwaukee, like Cleveland, like Orlando, like the Boston Celtics, I think those teams are going to just be better. Just offensively. Now, when you think
And they can't stop the Patriots either.
I also have to worry about Tyrese Halliburton, who has broken down on me the last 2 years.
Man,
And that's
come on,
had
Joe.
that has may I? Which has affected his game, which 100% has affected his game. I'm hoping that he does hold up, but offensively,
There are
I
more
think
injury prone players that you have ranked ahead of him.
such as Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right?
chill out. Hey, this ain't a Jordan B conversation.
But here's the difference with Philadelphia. How do I feel about Philadelphia? Like you said, I got Indiana. I think I got Indiana 7th in the East. I got Philly at 6 in the East. So I got them right next to each other.
Oh my gosh.
So it's not like I got Philly at 3 or 4. No, I'm out on Philly.
By the
too.
way, just to clear it up, chat. So
Yes,
emeritus is an academic term when somebody has like long standing within an institution and they no longer have to they work there. They've been there for a long time. Emeritus is when you get like stamped in an institution. Anyway, go ahead. Move on. Next thing.
Sure.
Oh, so you just got the words confused.
So where we at? 12.
Yes. Yeah, we just passed the Kings.
Yep. So at 12, 13 we had the Pacers. At 12 we have the Orlando Magic.
I don't know how the Magic are better than the Pacers.
They're not better than the Lakers either.
They're not better than the Kings either.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. If Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell had to see Hallie and Neesmith in them for a whole series continuously, they might be all-time great numbers Hallie puts up in that series. I'm not gonna lie to you. Drop coverage?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, bro. Nah.
I had the Magic at 14.
I had them at 10.
I have the Magic at 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think they're a top 5 seed in the East. I think defensively, they're one of the best teams in the league. That jump that Mars is talking about with Wemby, I think Paolo is in that space. I think Paolo can play his way into the top 50, not top 10, but I think Paolo can play his way from. I don't think Paolo. You can argue that Paolo is maybe a top 25 player. I think he can play his way into the top 15 this season. I think
15.
Don't you have Anthony Edwards at 15?
I do not. I have Anthony Edwards at 13. I got Bam at 15.
So you think Paolo can be? Well, you think Bam's going to take? Who does Paolo surpass theoretically?
That's it, and that's what I gotta think about. Like, who is he gonna jump? There's plenty of guys that, considering what Paolo has done, I keep calling him Paolo. I'm sorry. What Paolo has done, there's plenty of guys in the league that I feel like he could. Like, I think he could jump Cat this year, because I think Cat's a top 25 player. I think he could jump buckets this year. Let's see, who else am I thinking about? buckets. Cat, I think he could jump him. I'm not sure if he can jump Bam because I think Bam is going the other way. I think Bam is going higher. De'Aaron Fox, I think he could jump him. Those are just guys that I'm thinking about off the top of my head.
I wish I saw Paolo in the light you guys see.
I do. I think he's awesome, Mars. I do. I think
that's
he's fantastic.
something I'm missing because
So wait, you think? Hold on, just to be clear about this, because this will pack up a lot of what you're saying. You think Paolo can be better than Tyrese Halliburton next year, Chill?
I think he could be. Yes, I do.
What does Tyrese have to do? I mean, honestly, what does Tyrese have to do to prove himself to you?
He doesn't have to do anything.
Yes, he does.
No,
obviously he does.
I still think he's a top 20 player. Sure, I'm not going to argue that. I think he's one of the best league guards in the game. But for what Paolo does and the value that he brings, as good as Tyrese Halliburton is as a floor spacer, not just as a floor spacer, as a distributor and a playmaker. Yes, because Tyrese Halliburton knocks down the long ball. Tyrese Halliburton can shoot 100%. But when I think about what Paolo does, when I think about how Paolo gets downhill, right? When I think about how Paolo passes, he doesn't pass like Tyrese Halliburton, but what he brings to that Orlando unit and how much better of a passer he's become, and how much better that's going to make Orlando just off the strength of him. And I think he's going to be a better rebounder this season too, which is going to make them even better defensively. They've already been one of the best defensive teams in the game. I think this season coming up is going to be even better.
What does that got to do with what I asked?
I just told you. I just told you. That's where I think that's how I think that's how I think he passes him. What are you confused about?
Fellas, we gotta move on.
I clearly didn't.
So at 12, we had the Magic, and rounding off the teams from 20 to 11 or 11 through 20. At 11, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I think
the Cavs are 13.
The Cavs are so overrated to me, bro. I got them at 15, bro. Oh my god,
I had them at 13.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, they're so.
I
had them one spot above the Magic, so
their only hope is Donovan Mitchell, and that's it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mobley. I mean,
Mobley's a good player.
Mobley takes that step too, I think.
Yeah, but chill. If they played the, I just.
Where are the Cavs at? Where are the Cavs at? At 11. I had them at 7.
That's too high.
So wait a minute.
I got them at 7.
But just chill. But we're in power rankings.
Name 7 teams in the league better than them. I think they're a top 3 seed in the East.
I can do it.
Well, I can't spoil my list.
I think they're a top 3 seed in the East.
Let me just read the teams.
They're arguably the best defensive team in the game. They got the best 2 guard in the league on their crew. They also got the defensive player of the year on their crew this year.
No, they don't.
Mobley. Yes,
they don't.
He's not winning. You can't say that if it's a definitive fact.
I think they got. You asking me? I think they got the best. I think they got the defensive player of the year.
Sizable improvement.
That's exactly what this is.
Where they are right now. No, based on where the teams are right now. Are they beating the LA Lakers in a series right now? No, Deion, stay out of it. Deion, stay out of it. Chill. Are they beating the LA Lakers in a series right now?
Yes.
Bro, you know what LeBron would do to that squad with them little boys?
Same thing he did
with them little boys?
Mm-hmm.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. It's on. You don't even believe that. Austin Reeves.
I do believe that. I think they're a top 3 seed in the East.
We smoking them.
And I think the Eastern Conference is a lot better this year than what it's been in a long time.
He's been believing for 3 years. He's going to be right at some point.
And wait a minute, Mars. I'm glad you brought that up because I've been believing 3 years. So how substantially, how much better has Cleveland gotten since I got on this train? What do you mean since when? So before they get Donovan Mitchell, they're a play-in team. They get Donovan Mitchell, they're a top 5 seed, and they get bounced in round 1. Then next year they make the playoffs and they win a playoff series. So they're getting better.
But you keep arguing for the Magic making this crazy leap and Paolo making this leap.
They just had a different playoff matchup.
And I think that they're the 5 seed.
They went from losing to the Knicks to then losing to them beating Orlando. That doesn't mean they got better. It just means they played a different team in the playoffs.
And even if so if that's the case, then Deion is right. If that's the case, Deion is right because if the Lakers can avoid the Denver Nuggets, they're the best team in the Western Conference.
Well, no, but chill. Who are they beating?
If that's what you believe, if you think the only team they would lose to out West is the Nuggets, then you think they're the second best team in the West. But what I'm saying is the Cavs going further in the playoffs in last season than they did the year before doesn't inherently mean they were better. It means they just played a different team in the postseason. That's all that means.
So when does, with the exception of the 95 Houston Rockets, when does a team play every great team in the playoffs? When does that happen?
I'm not
the best team.
I think you're misunderstanding.
The best team. No, I understand exactly what you're saying.
I'm not saying the Cavs have to play the best teams. I'm saying them going further in the playoffs doesn't mean they improved. That's what I'm saying.
100%. Just because they didn't see the team that beat them does not mean that they didn't improve.
Chill, we're assuming health, Chill. If they play
healthy, going
76ers,
further in the playoffs doesn't mean you got better.
we're assuming health,
but it
Chill.
also
If they play a healthy 76ers,
Cleveland,
yes, assuming health, you think they're beating the 76ers?
Yes.
Do you know what Embiid would do to that front line?
Like the same thing he did to the Boston Celtic front line when they were up in the series 3-2 and they lost.
Healthy in that series. We've all acknowledged that.
So if that's the case, then why are we doing this with the health thing? We haven't seen it.
We're including health in all of these projections.
Is
Donovan Mitchell going to be healthy? Donovan Mitchell wasn't healthy in the second round. Donovan Mitchell wasn't healthy last year. They lost. So how can we can't project that?
But we've seen Donovan Mitchell healthy in the playoffs, and they've advanced when he's been healthy.
They've gotten smoked every time. Every time.
Not every time, but I'm sorry.
When did he not get smoked in the playoffs?
They lost to the Golden State Warriors. I'm sorry.
They lost to a bad defensive team in the Nuggets in 2020.
So one more time.
They lost to the Nuggets in 2020, a bad defensive team.
Right, in 7 games, and Donovan Mitchell destroyed them.
Not in Game 7, by the way. Just to be clear about that.
Sure, not in Game 7.
So I'm trying to understand though, Chill. You're so high on premium top end talent, except when it doesn't fit your agenda.
That's not true.
He thinks Donovan Mitchell is premium top end talent.
First of all, I think he's the best 2 guard in the game.
So that helps.
You don't think he's better than Embiid?
So? And because Embiid, even if I don't think he's better than, what the hell?
All right, y'all. We gotta get back to the list, y'all. We got Tim. So the list is over.
People I don't think are better than Embiid.
The list is wrecked now, Swiper.
No, well, I mean the Cavs finished at 11. I don't think 11's bad.
Chat, here's the list. I want you guys to talk to us and let us know how you feel about this. I'm only going to read off 20 through 11, but you can see the other 10 teams. At 20, we have the Clippers. 19, the Pelicans. 18, the Heat. 17, the Rockets. 16, the Warriors. 15, the Lakers. 14, the Kings. 13, the Pacers. 12, the Magic. And at 11, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Have the Rockets above the Warriors, but other than that, it's cool.
So
all right, y'all. We do have a couple super chats before we get to the top 10. I'm gonna read off a couple of these, and then we are going to reveal what is Player Choice's top 10 teams in the power ranking heading into the season.
The list is cooked.
Facts. The list is cooked.
Most definitely, yeah.
It's been cooked since you guys ain't want to put the Wizards in last. That's when it's been cooked. But
the Nets.
Hunter said, speaking of the World Series, Shohei having 18 hits in his last 22 at-bats with runners in scoring position is nuts.
He's the best player in baseball, and I don't think it's a question. Like, it's him, and I think it's
18 of 22
with runners in scoring. That's with guys on base. That's not like with nobody on base. That's with somebody on base.
Okay, so what is he hitting when runners aren't in scoring position?
Mars. He hasn't had a hit when runners aren't in scoring position.
Okay, so he stinks.
No.
No. Here's the thing, you're going to be able to hit regardless. I don't know what none of this means, but you're going to tell me you got no hits? Nah, you dead. You trash.
Mars, you got to respect the clutch factor,
percentage.
The only reason he has to be clutch is because he can't hit. Otherwise, no,
82 at bat percentage. I'm trying to figure out what the approximation that would be in the league. I mean, that'd be like 45 points a game on 77% from the field.
For in the playoffs, 75% from 3, like type deal. Like, it's crazy.
What it also is, Mars, it's a guy averaging like 15 games and 15 in the fourth quarter in the playoffs every game.
All right, cool. But if he's averaging 0 in the first 3 quarters, I don't care.
Yeah.
He averaged 15 points a game.
Well, he's averaging 0 in like 3 minutes. Like, he's not averaging 0 the entire quarter. No.
I'm not moved, man. You're gonna tell me no hits? Nah, man, trash.
Damn, Shohei, step it up.
Yeah, lock in.
All right, y'all. Moving along. Big fella 254 said, in the wise words of Chilltown, quote unquote, Ox, get your mans. El Host at his finest.
Get your dude, Ox. This is your man.
Come on, Ox. Get him.
In the words of my man, Ox, weak as
yo, that's insane.
Weak as hell.
Oh, I'll take weak as hell. I thought Chill was gonna say weak as something else. I was about to say, bro, I'm not that weak, yo. Like, come on. DSG Piccolo said Mets have the highest payroll, by the way.
Yes, we do. Mm-hmm.
Still taking L's.
Damn. So much for that. Mm-hmm. All right. The Tribe One sent through a members chat. and he's been a member for 15 months. He said Lakers in 6, Dalton Connect Rookie of the Year, and 6th Man of the Year, ? Can't wait for the Lakers season. We just need to go grab Levine and listen to Bron and JJ.
I was on board with you, bro. Tell
Levine
Levine.
and keeping
I don't want
Tulsa.
that.
You're not getting Levine and keeping.
No way that's happening. No way.
Nah.
If that's the case,
Levine.
Dalton, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I'd pack up Dalton for that, but because we already know Bron, AD, and Bronny are untouchable, so it's going to have to be everyone else.
If the Lakers get Levine, no, I really like that.
Of course, I was gonna say D'Lo immediately.
I mean, D'Lo would have to be in that.
If they can get off of D'Lo and get Zach, like that's first of all, that's addition by subtraction. Losing D'Lo, and then you get to bring Zach.
For real, I really like a Reeves, Levine, Bron, AD, and Bronny. Whoever rounds out the 5. But in all seriousness, whoever rounds out the 5, I really like that core 4. And whoever else is in there.
Just throw Rui.
Rui, yeah.
Rui or Vanderbilt, you know what I'm saying? Whoever's not in the Levine trade, throw one of them. That's a solid squad if you got Zach, Bron, and AD.
Yeah.
At the Buzzer Sports said Hoop Talk was a movie yesterday. Tune in this Sunday at 5 Eastern time. Y'all go check out Hoop Talk. And shout out at the Buzzer Sports.
It was fun. Shout out to John D. It was fun yesterday, man. Did our top 10 point guards in the NBA. It was interesting. We'll say.
Y'all lock in the Hoop Talk.
Yeah.
Remind us on Friday, Morris.
I will.
Shane McBride became a member today, as well as Ligma. Salute to those two. All right, we about to get into the rankings, but I got one more super chat to read. Void Century said, panel, what does Bam Adebayo or Arch have to do to reach all-time levels as a defender up there with Duncan, Bill, Hakeem, and Ben Wallace?
It's too late.
Not gonna happen.
I don't think he can. Not that level. He would have to become a level of rim protector that I don't think he's shown to be. So yeah, I just don't think he can. But very, very good.
If he took a year off and got that leg extension stuff that people get to be like a 7'4", maybe.
I seen someone on TikTok who had that, and he be walking funny. So
they went from 5'6" to like 6'3" or something like that.
Oh, that's just not real, man. Nobody doing that. Nobody.
There's a lot of people that.
Nah, there's some people who be insecure about their height and don't just stand on a box. Like they actually have to go to get surgery for it. Like it's crazy.
But nobody would really do that to their legs, bro.
There's video evidence of people doing this.
Do it.
Don't believe everything you see on video. Man.
I've been in the operating room when it's happening. Like I've seen it firsthand.
All right, Marsh.
Yeah. All right, number
people
10.
are extending themselves.
He talking about his video evidence, man. Come on.
Would you get an extender chill?
No. No, sir.
Y'all gotta go.
Would you focus, Ron? Would you focus, Ron? Can you please focus?
No.
Yeah, Ron just being an old host, man. Ron just being an old
garbage.
Oh yeah, Swiper here. I texted you this. Say this to chill.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Moving along.
Happen?
Let's lock in. Let's lock in. At number 10, we have the Memphis Grizzlies.
I had them at 11. So
I had
them at 12.
7.
I had them at 5.
5?
Mm-hmm.
Chill is your list is
Chill is interesting.
Yeah, can you post your list somewhere, Chill?
I'll send it to you right now.
The Grizzlies.
Can you put it on the Twitter and I'll retweet it?
5, but the Pacers are 17.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think well, first of all, they're much better defensively than Indiana.
Yes.
They get back who they've been missing. They get Desmond Bane back. They get Marcus Smart back. They get Ja Morant back. Then they'll have G.G. Jackson back. Now adding Zach Edey, they get to move Jaren Jackson to the 4. They get Brandon Clark back. This team was a top 3 seed before this happened. Now losing Dylan Brooks, I won't argue that that's a big deal, but losing Dylan Brooks and replacing him possibly with G.G. Jackson, who looked really good, I think that's really going to help them. I think Ja gets back to I think Ja gets back to a variation of I don't know what the hell that was, but anyway, I think Ja gets back to something similar to what he was. That 27-8 guy, I don't think he gets back to that, but I think he gets back to something similar to that. I think I can see a 24, 25 and 6 guy in Ja Morant. If I can get that all-league defender in Jaren Jackson, who now should be with Zach Edey a better rebounder, I think they're a top 3 seed in the West.
Okay,
So you mentioned Gigi, right?
One more time.
You did mention how nasty Gigi was, right?
I did. Yes,
I just wanted to emphasize that Gigi Jackson is here.
That's the point, Ron. That makes sense if you're talking about what you think. You think that there will be a 3 seed. Right now, we're doing power rankings today. If y'all want to do power rankings based on who you think is going to win the championship, then that means we can't keep doing these power rankings throughout the season. We're supposed to do power rankings today. Gigi Jackson's not healthy today.
Without Gigi Jackson, I still rank him at 5.
Okay, that's cool without. That's cool without Gigi. But y'all talking about some 3 seed in this and what's going to happen in the playoffs. The power rankings are supposed to be today, so you can't include Gigi Jackson in your power rankings today. That's how power rankings work. When we're doing power rankings that are going right now, you talk about the team as constructed. You don't go on power ranking. Oh well, he's going to be healthy in 2 weeks. Well, put them in the 2 weeks from now power ranking, not today. Gigi ain't even on the on the roster right now. Well, he's on the roster, but you know what I'm saying. He's hurt.
Oh, well, they got Marcus Smart and Desmond Main. They'll be all right.
All right.
Their offense look better. I don't know what that means for them and how good it's going to be, but it looks better. So
Zach Edey helps a lot.
Then they got a new assistant coach over there too. I think.
Yeah, that too. But all right, the Grizzlies are at 10. At 9, coming in hot, we have Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and the Phoenix Suns.
I had them at 7.
Oh, and Bobo.
I had them at 8 in front of the Pacers.
The lowest on the Suns was Jordan at 15, and Ox, you had him at 14. Oh, no, that's the Grizzlies. I'm sorry. Lowest on the Suns was Chill at 14. ZZ had him at 19.
You think the Suns are...
He thinks the Suns are worse than the Warriors?
He thinks the Suns are worse than a lot of teams if he had them at 19.
And then
I might be a bit higher on them at 7.
9 spots ahead of them.
19 is crazy. I'm fine with them at, what'd you say, 9? I'm fine with that.
The Suns,
Yeah, I got him at 10.
Yeah, I think they're good.
All right, at 8, we have Joel Embiid in the Philadelphia 76ers.
ooh, there's a gap.
I had them at 3.
I had them at 5.
Yeah, I had them at 3.
I got him at 9.
Yeah. That's a
Chill and Dion, do you guys care to explain why you have the Sixers so low?
Because Joel Embiid is made of glass. That's why.
Okay. We've heard that before.
Ja Morant, by the way. Memphis Grizzlies, number 5. Okay.
I mean, you're not going to take Paul George serious. I mean, again, you got Man. I mean, he's pretty decent, but it's all going to have to include with Joel Embiid not being healthy. I mean, he doesn't want to play back-to-back games. We all know that. And then also, even when he's healthy and he's on the floor, the 76ers are always in like a dogfight. I mean, they don't blow teams out by 20 points, 15 points. So even with Joel Embiid on the floor, they're not going to win a couple of games.
They had one of the best winning differentials in the NBA last year.
I think they had the second best record in the league when Joel played.
But again,
I think his net rating is plus 10. They were destroying teams when he's on the floor.
Man, well, this is pre-injury though. Since he was injured, since he got injured again inside the playoffs, they don't look the same. I mean, he doesn't look as mobile as he did during that time period as well. I mean, at the beginning of last season, he moves a lot different now. He's a lot slower. So I feel like it's gonna be a lot of dog fights this season.
Did you know the 76ers are better when Joel Embiid's on the court than when Anthony Davis is on for the Lakers?
I mean, but that has to do to, I mean, AD's playing a 2-man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, we never see AD, you know what I'm saying, back at his number 1 option type of guy. So, I mean, it's a little different. I mean, with 76ers, I mean, Joel Embiid is literally their vocal of their offense and defense the entire game.
Yes,
so, I mean, it's a little different.
Yes, you have.
Philly comfortably win when Joel
Pelicans.
Embiid plays. Every time Joel Embiid plays, Philly comfortably win. Not every time as in they win 100% of the games, but they comfortably win. When Joel Embiid is on the floor, Philly are beating teams. So if you're going to have them lower because you don't think he's going to play a lot, cool. I feel like there's some inconsistencies between what teams you expect guys to play for and what teams you don't. But I can understand that. I'm going off when Joel's there, Philly, in my opinion, are the 3rd best team in the league. So I went with number 3.
All right.
Yeah.
What's up, Chill?
Just him not just him not playing back-to-backs, is that his call or is that
I think
their
it's
call?
Body. It's sometimes your mind is telling you yes, and your body is telling you no.
My mind's telling me
No, Ron.
but my body.
See, Ron's such a bad host. I think it's a decision between him and the front office and the trainer stuff. I think they've all just
My
come to, like,
body.
This is how they're managing him. This is what we're saying.
yeah,
This
it's
is
just
how they're
a
managing
mutual
him.
agreement.
Sure.
Ron is disgraceful.
Right. This is how they're managing him. So
I don't want to
With
hurt
the- with the-
nobody.
and I think that's we're not projecting here. We're just going off what's going on right now. Today in October, we're just going off for today in October of 2024. This roster presently constructed, in Ox's words, with Paul George, Andre Drummond, Joel Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey, and KJ Martin, and Eric Gordon, and Kelly O. The way that this team is presently constructed right now, Mars, in your estimation, this team is a top 3 seed in the East.
I don't know where they're going to be seeded.
Not in the East. In the NBA, that means
they could be the 7th
best,
seed. I still think they're the third best team.
they're
in
the
the league,
third
right?
best team in the league.
Yeah.
How is
No.
that even possible?
Wait.
No,
Hold
no,
on.
no,
Chill.
no,
Wait.
no,
Chill.
no,
Chill.
no,
Wait.
no, no,
Chill. Where
no,
did you
no,
have them again?
Philly?
Yeah.
I had Philly at 12.
And hold on. And chill. You think the Houston Rockets are going to be better because of why?
Let's go, Houston. Let's go.
I just think that I think that as a collection, I think that they're going to be better collectively. Not just from the top end talent that you talk about. These teams that I'm talking about, for example, the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers aren't just comprised of Donovan Mitchell. They got a damn good team.
Name
That's a
Philly's
damn
roster
good
right now.
unit.
Go through Philly's roster right now.
Wait a minute. Whoa. I'm glad you brought that up, Swiper, because let's discuss Philly's starting 5. Okay, we're going to go with Maxey at the 1. We're going to go with Kelly O at the 2. Or are we going to go with Kelly at the 2 or Eric Gordon at the 2?
Kelly Oubre.
Okay, so we're going with Kelly O at the 2. We're going with George at the 3. We're going with Caleb Martin at the 4. And we're going with Embiid at the 5.
Are you saying that as if that's a bad thing? Like, I'm confused.
Yeah, Chill doesn't think that's a good lineup for some reason.
That's an elite
I don't know why
lineup.
he doesn't think that's a good
an
lineup.
elite lineup.
You got because of Joel Embiid, 100%.
Look, when Kelly Oubre is your worst starter, I think you're in a good spot.
because of
Okay,
Joel
but
Embiid.
now take Embiid out and put Andre Drummond in for bench unit minutes. It's
Right,
still a
and
good.
now,
it's
and
still a
now
good
what
roster.
happens? And here's the problem with that, though, Swiper. The problem with that is that your entire your offense runs through the big man. So now
No,
when
it
the big
doesn't.
man comes,
No, it doesn't.
100%.
If
Everything that they
Tyrese
do runs
Maxey is
through
in the
Joel
game,
Embiid.
your offense
That
runs
is
through
not
Tyrese
my
Maxey.
opinion. That is a fact.
Your
Everything
opinion is
they
wrong.
do,
Your opinion is
it's
wrong.
not. No, it's not.
It literally is wrong. They
No,
had
it's
30
not.
games
Everything
without.
that they do.
They had 30 games without him last year with Tyrese Maxey playing,
And
he
guess
balled.
what? And I'm glad
They
you
weren't
brought that up,
good.
Swiper.
But the
May I
roster's
finish,
different than
please,
what it was
Mars?
last year.
Because Mars,
I
to your
agree.
They got
point,
They
George.
won.
They got Paul George now.
Mars, to your point, when you brought up when Joel Embiid is on the floor, I believe Philly was 3rd last year in the East. When Joel Embiid went out of the lineup, they dropped all the way to 7.
They didn't
They
have
dropped all
Paul
the way to 7.
George
No,
or
because they
Caleb
didn't have
Martin.
Joel Embiid, and their entire
No,
offense
chill.
was
They
centered
added
around
Paul
Joel
George.
Embiid. So
With
they're
a
going
better
to add.
roster.
Okay, they're going to add Paul George, who you already seen is he even going to play on opening night? I don't think he's playing.
Oh, wait, hold on. Chill. This is what I'm saying. You just, whatever your takes are, you stand on. Is Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid, name a player Houston has better than any of those 3 players?
Hey, yo, why are we hating?
No, stop, Mars, stop. Name one player.
That's a rhetorical question.
Well, how is it rhetorical? It's a legitimate question.
Because
Name
you
one.
know for a fact that there's not one player on Houston.
Okay,
that's
all right.
better
So
than
they
him.
don't, the top end
That's a
talent is
rhetorical
there.
question.
So then, starting 5. Just do starting 5 units. Rockets versus 76ers. Who has a better one?
So Van Fleet, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith, and Sengun. And have we not seen starting 5s collectively beat better talent? What's so funny? Have we not seen that? 100% we've seen that.
Chill, this is kind of nasty, bro. The fact that I get the Joel Embiid logic, and I even get the Paul George logic, because you haven't even thrown out the Paul George is injury prone too. But with that 5, when they're playing, that might be.
That
might be.
You talking about Caleb Martin and Kelly Oubre?
Caleb Martin, who?
Okay.
We're talking about
I gotta
Eastern
see
Conference Finals. Larry Bird Trophy Award deserving Caleb Martin. We talking about coming fresh off the heat. We talking about playoff tested, battled. We talking about Caleb Barton, who has the Heat culture ingrained in him.
Is Nick Nurse a better coach than Ime Udoka, or is it the other way around, or is it a wash? Who has the coaching advantage?
I think Nick Nurse is the better coach.
Okay, so they have the better coach, the best player, they have the best second player, they have the best third player. Okay, so they got the better coach, best player, best second player, best third player. Their bench unit this year is going to be Kyle Lowry, Andre Drummond,
37 years old, Andre Drummond.
Wait. Hold on. Also, too,
Eric Gordon.
I know that Joel's hurt, and I'm not saying that Andre Drummond's better than Paul Reed. I'm not saying he's a starting caliber center, but for him to step in when Joel's not playing.
Yes.
Well, that's even better.
And he finally admitted to missing layups on purpose to get rebounds. So shout out to you, Andre Drummond. I've been saying you've been doing that.
That's not news.
Chill. They got Andre Drummond as their backup center now, so that they fill a big void that they have.
Yes, they did.
So
and I don't know. I was just about to say that. You just said that Andre Drummond is backing up Joel Embiid, and the Houston Rockets got Steven Adams as their backup five.
Yeah, okay, but for Alperen Şengün, so there's already a
Alperen Şengün.
Forget about the starting lineup.
I'm talking about their starting unit. Chill. Just from a pure, if Embiid plays 35 games next year again,
I think he plays 50. I think he plays 50
but he goes to the
games.
playoffs at 80%. He's gonna be 120% better than anybody Houston has.
Hey, we don't know the improvement our guys are gonna have. We don't know.
Even if they prove Swiper, your stance is based solely on the fact of Joel Embiid being better than everybody else. If we doing that,
Maxey and
right?
Tyrese.
It's Joel Embiid. And
it's Tyrese Maxey. He averaged 3 last year in the first round.
Right. So if that's the case, right? If that's the case, then we have to base this when we're talking about top end talent. So the Milwaukee Bucks are going to be at the top of the Eastern Conference because from top end talent, you just told me that Tyrese Maxey.
No.
You just told yes.
No,
well,
because their defensive personnel is not
I
garbage.
had Milwaukee at 4. So
He got Milwaukee at 4. Where do I got Milwaukee?
yeah,
No, we're gonna talk about that, Swipe, because you're nasty too.
I'm not.
At the same
No, I'm
tribute
not.
you're giving Chill,
There's a gap between the two teams. There's a gap between the two teams.
Oh,
I think
you're
it's clear.
Why is there a gap?
Get in line, Swiper.
One team can play defense. The other one can't play any defense. One team has top-end talent that I think is going to be blah, 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 blah. If you want to say Giannis is the best player, cool. No issue with that. I think from a roster construction, from a coaching standpoint, 76ers. It's all the way over there. It's hard.
Just go
hard
3 for 3.
76ers.
Swiper. Just go 3.
Just
go 3.
Go ahead.
Let's go. That top 3. You go Joel, PG, and Tyrese, right? Over here on as far as the Bucks go, their top end talent is respectable as well. With Giannis, Dame, and Chris Middleton. I mean, you can't just sit on the top end talent standpoint.
Would you say their roster is better for 76ers?
I'm not impressed by the 76ers roster.
Coaching, Doc Rivers and Nick Nurse.
He doesn't like.
I'm definitely not.
He's not moved by Nick Nurse.
Ox thinks Nick Nurse is a bad coach.
Yeah, he thinks Nick Nurse.
I never said that. I never said that.
Okay, worst coach.
I just think he's a little hyped. That's all.
But I had the Bucks really high too. So yeah, I mean.
Swiper, to answer your question, I actually think the Sixers, and y'all know how I feel about the Bucks, and I have the Bucks higher than the Sixers. But I do believe the Sixers have a better roster, top to bottom. They even have a better starting unit too.
But Giannis is just that guy.
Yeah, Giannis is just he's Giannis.
Basically.
Yeah. But yeah, I had the Bucks high, so this has been I'm pretty consistent with this. Yeah. Bucks right behind Philly.
All right. Well, the Bucks happen to be next. At number 6, the Milwaukee Bucks are coming in. No, at 7. My apologies.
I had them at 4. So yeah, I had them at 4.
Yeah, I had the Bucks. I had the
Bucks
at
I had them at 8.
I had the Bucks at 10.
Wow. Okay.
Why, Swiper?
Man, I just think that I think Giannis is incredible, but I'm obviously not a huge fan of Doc Rivers. Long term, I think regular season is fine, but I think their defense is it's going to be horrific. But hey, you know what? DeLon Wright's a really good player, so hopefully he can shore up some of their POA defense. I think Brook is just not the same player anymore. I think Giannis has not been able to be the same defender because of emotional physical limitations, and I think the burden he has on the offensive end. But yeah, I just think they're going to get cooked, fried, slashed, and sauteed again.
On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the Detroit Pistons in 2004 and 1 being the Denver Nuggets in 1991, where are the Milwaukee Bucks defensively in your
4?
estimate?
A 4?
A 4 is good.
I'm thinking that's a little bit below average.
I mean, honestly, I think if they face any spacing at all whatsoever, any 3-point shooting team at all, I think they're going to get obliterated again. They're just like.
So the Pacers beat him in the series.
I think the Patriots could beat them in the series, and I think Giannis is going to have like a Bucks fans. He averaged 45, 12, and 6. He did. But
the same thing that you get on me about is the exact same reason why you feel the way you do about the Milwaukee Bucks. So you don't like Milwaukee, their coaching. I like Houston's coaching. You don't like Milwaukee's defense. I love Houston's defense. The top end talent is the separator.
But their offensive ceiling isn't high either.
The top but we've seen teams who aren't great. We've seen teams who aren't like this offensively, but because they're so good defensively and they're solid, which I think that's what's going to be with the Houston Rockets. I think they're going to be a lot better offensively next season with Jalen Green and with Sengun. I think they're going to be a lot better and be even better defensively. That's why I think that they're going to be a top 5 seed.
Their lead ball handler is going to be Jalen Green, by the way, in the playoff setting. Just so chill.
No,
just so you know,
it's going to be Fred VanVleet.
No, whatever.
Keep going.
Jalen Green is going to be the one hijacking that 4-quarter offense. And it's going to be up to him.
What?
Up to him.
You don't know that, Swiper. You don't know if what type of player he is. You don't know if he's going to be selfish.
It should be Reed. It should be Reed Shepard. And then I'd be scared.
I mean, Reed is very clearly a part of our rotation. I think
I love
from
him.
day
He
one,
looks
he's
great.
going to be a key part of our
His passing
rotation.
already
Tell
looks
you, he like that.
Yeah,
But wait a second,
rookie of the year is looking possible. I ain't gonna lie.
It's just that the same
So
thing.
Swiper, you got Tyrese Maxey over Dame too. Y'all,
Yes.
is that a consensus around?
It's starting to kind of trend that way.
Yeah, I think
You should watch the
headed in that
Talk
direction.
podcast where we discussed this yesterday.
I would have if I would have knew about it more.
I would have. Then you did say that. I forgot. Damn.
Like maybe you
Yeah,
shouldn't
yeah,
watch
I
it.
gotta go
You're
back
not
and
gonna
watch
like my list. Maybe you shouldn't watch it.
Mhm.
But
I
hey,
respect-
other people.
I
Yeah, you
respect,
should
I
watch
respect
it.
everybody's opinion. I'll check it out. But,
All
but
right,
I mean,
so
I'm not mad at Tyrese. I like Tyrese. I was just curious. I didn't know y'all had him over Dame.
we got to keep it lit. We got 6 more teams, but we have a tie between 5 and 6. And we also have a tie between 3rd and 4th too. But let's get to 5 and 6. We got a tie between these 2 teams.
Who was that 7?
The Bucks.
The Bucks had 7, right? Okay, because I had them at 8 anyway.
That's way too low on there. I had to leave. I'll step out real quick. But the Bucks are a top 4 seed inside of the NBA right now. I mean, other than the Lakers, Boston, and Denver. I mean, other than that, let's call it the Bucks are right there in the top 4 team inside the league. Let's keep it a beam. I mean, I know.
Who did you say? You said Boston.
Other than Boston, Denver, and LA, I'm not putting Milwaukee Bucks under anybody else.
Boston, Denver, and so you think they're the second best team in the East?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they could be the first in the East too, as well, depending on how the Bostons take this season. But I mean,
everybody else.
The Bucks. I mean, with Giannis or Dame, I mean, they still got the second best player inside the league. You know what I'm saying? A top 3 player in the league at worst. You know what I'm saying? And Damian Lillard's going to have a bounce back season this season as well. So I mean, don't be surprised if the Bucks have
what's bounce back. My question is what's. I know we got to go, Ron, but what's bounce back? I mean, last year
so he went
24-7 last year. What's bounce back?
More efficient from the 3-point line, you know what I'm saying? Better defense, stay a little bit more healthy, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. What's called get his rhythm back with playmaking. You know, Dame's actually a really good playmaker. I feel like him being with Giannis for a second year, you know what I'm saying, is going to really amplify his playmaking skills with that team, with that unit. So I really expect the Milwaukee Bucks to be up there in the top 4 team inside the league. 1,000%.
Dion, it's no convince. Look at Swiper, look at Ox. Chill's uninterested. Mars is ready to talk about who's tied at 3. I'm saying, Dion, it's no convincing these haters up here, okay?
That's not what's going on, Ron. Dion,
I had them at 4.
How am I
get through the list?
How am I capping?
All right, I'll keep you out of this, Mars. I'll keep you out of this. Dion, it's no convincing these haters. They think the Bucks are fool's gold. Chill's been saying that for the last 3 years, so it is what it is.
This has nothing to do with the Bucks. I'm looking at it because Dion just up here saying random shit. 30 seconds ago, because 15 minutes ago you said the Nuggets wasn't making the playoffs.
No, I said no. That's not. I said I wouldn't be surprised because of Russell Westbrook, but I said I do have the Nuggets high. Even ask Ron on the list, I have them at like in the top 5. So I definitely think the Nuggets will still be a great team.
And that's another thing. So you got them top 5 on your list, and now you saying they're not gonna make the playoffs. Now you saying you just saying random shit.
No, I said don't be surprised if they don't make the playoffs because of Russell Westbrook.
I would be surprised.
Don't be surprised if they do make the playoffs because of Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Can we finish the list?
Yeah,
where we at? We at 7? 6.
We have a tie between 5 and 6. And speaking of the Nuggets and Russell Westbrook, it's a tie between them. Well, the two great European hopes in the league, Luka and Jokic, Nuggets and Mavs. We have a tie. We have to break this tie.
At 5 and 6?
Yeah.
I had Dallas at 5 and Denver at 6.
So Mars has Dallas.
Denver at 4, Dallas at 6.
Swiper has, well, no surprise, the Nuggets. Ox, who you have?
4.
Denver.
I got
Dion?
the Nuggets. I got the Nuggets.
Okay, chill.
At Denver at 6.
All right, well, we have the Nuggets ahead of the Mavericks.
He had Dallas at like 17. Like, you know.
Where were the Mavs for you, Chill?
I had him at 11.
So hold on. So just
we're better than the Mavs. Let's go.
wait, will the Rockets have a better defense than the Mavs this year?
So bring us up, please. Using us.
The Dallas Mavericks point of attack. The Dallas Mavericks best perimeter defender is Klay Thompson.
No, it's not Jamal.
As their starters. As their starters, it's Klay Thompson.
PJ Washington. It's PJ Washington. I don't know why I just heard, but it's PJ Washington, and that's not.
So we're more comfortable with PJ Washington covering. Well, even if it is PJ.
Well, he's better than Klay. I'm not saying he's good. He's just better than Klay.
Because that's what I'm thinking it is. That's going to be their guy.
Our best perimeter defender is Dylan Brooks in our starting lineup. Yeah,
I think it's Jabari Smith, but okay.
On the perimeter.
All right, y'all. Well,
not on the perimeter, Mars. No.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we got 5 and 6.
At 6, we have the Dallas Mavericks. At 5, we have the Denver Nuggets.
I tried, Dallas fans. Don't call me a hater. I had them above Denver.
Now it's time to get to the top 4. But we have a tie between 3 and 4 as well.
Okay.
This is the tie between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the New York Knicks.
The Wolves. I got the Wolves at 7.
I had the Wolves at 8 and the Knicks at 9. So
yeah, I got the Wolves at 7. So put the Knicks.
I got the Knicks at 4.
I got the Knicks at 1.
I have the Knicks at 9. So
yeah, hold on. I'm gonna go back around the room. I'm gonna ask you guys, who do you have with these teams? Dion, I'm gonna start with you. Dion or the Knicks or the Wolves?
Timberwolves.
All right, we got one for the Wolves. Big Ox.
I got the Knicks.
We got one for the Knicks. Chill.
I got the Knicks at 4.
We got 2 for the Knicks. Mars.
Where's he got the Timberwolves? You got the Knicks.
Yeah, chill. Where you got the Timberwolves?
At 2.
See,
so who do you have? The Knicks or the Timberwolves?
I got the Knicks at 4.
No,
you got the Wolves.
which team is it? We're breaking the tie.
He got the Wolves. He got the Wolves at 2. He got the Wolves.
He thinks the Wolves are better than the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
I mean, he thinks the Wolves are better than the Knicks.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, see?
You guys do know I asked Chill this question so he can answer it definitively.
I'm sorry, Ron. Yes, I got the Minnesota ahead of the Knicks. Yes, I do.
Ron, we do know that. You asked him 2 times, and he said he got no.
He said I have the Knicks at 4.
Yeah, and he said he
I
has.
just want Chill to say I have the Knicks better than the Wolves.
Ron being facetious.
I got Minnesota better than the Knicks.
All right, cool. We got two for the Wolves, 1 for the Knicks. Swiper.
It's the Knicks.
2 for the Knicks. Mars, you will be the tiebreaker.
The Wolves.
All right. The Wolves are ahead of the Knicks.
Damn.
I'm not high on either one of these teams. So.
I'm
Why not?
just
Have you seen Mikal Bridges shoot the basketball?
Hey, Mars,
is
my
crazy.
goodness. What the hell is that? What happened right there? Whose idea was that?
He on
Markel
he
Fultz.
He on to something.
No, he ain't, Ops.
Something going on. He on something.
He might be on something. I don't know about on 2.
So we got 3 and 4. We got the Wolves at 3, and then we got the Knicks at 4.
I think that's both. I think that's high for both of them. But I had
The Knicks should be
them right behind you.
I think the Wolves are so incredibly high, and this is all has to do with Anta Aura. Because basketball,
the Wolves at 8. So,
well, no, I'm just saying collectively, basketball wise, no way. I'm not
very high on the Wolves.
You guys just hate Julius Randle once again. This is all due to Julius
I
Randle.
don't think this is to do with Julius Randle, if I'm being honest. It's just to do with fit. I like Dante over there a lot, but
Love it.
Overall fit, I'm just not that high. But 8, I mean,
it's just a different year.
They're my 5th Western Conference team. Like, that's not bad. I just
Bless
have
you,
a lot
Joe.
of Western.
Bless you.
So they're my 5th team in the West on that list. I just
That's
have
crazy. You're asking.
Y'all got
Who did you
the
have the Wolves?
Knicks
You,
way
Joe?
too high, bro.
They're
Is that
way
7
too
chill for
low.
you?
4 is too low. They're really supposed to be number 1.
You got the Wolves where?
He has the
I
Wolves
got
at
them.
2.
I got them representing the Western Conference in the finals.
Michelle, I think you probably have the most furthest opinions on the list all the way around.
Oh, I'm
And
sure
I think
I do.
Well, I mean, the Wolves finished at 3 and he has them at 2, so like he was technically pretty close.
Yeah, I guess relative to PC. Yeah, I mean,
I was
yeah,
the furthest, I
I'll
guess.
be curious.
Where did you
So
have the
then,
Wolves, Swiper?
What you mean relative to PC?
7.
What's that? What's that?
See, I think I had the Wolves the
relative
lowest.
to like our list that we're putting together?
Yeah, I didn't like the way you said that, Swiper.
What you mean? Relative to the platform we're on, like now.
All right.
The top 2 teams that we have
Thunder.
is the Thunder at 2 and the Celtics at 1.
That should have been unanimous in my
Yeah, it's pretty
opinion.
consensus.
Nah, I don't think OKC will be a top 3 seed. But
It actually wasn't. Boston
Yeah, I know it wasn't, but it
first
should've.
unanimously, and the Thunder weren't second unanimously.
Because Ox had the Knicks at 1, and I know no one else other than me and Swiper seem to believe in OKC. So
just like they're just like a team that like you said earlier, Chill. You know, they're a surprise team like the Pacers. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like a lot of teams will be ready for OKC this season. So we gonna see.
I mean, there's a real world where OKC falls to like 3 or 4 because their regular season projection isn't as high as it was last year. So I can see that because they had a lot of health on their side. Their starting 5 all played, I believe, 70+ games. They just lost Isaiah. So should they have another injury, or let's just say some of the variance doesn't go their way this year, which happens on a year-over-year basis, then yeah, they can easily fall. Like there's a definite path for them to do.
So is SGA gonna be in the top 3 MVP vote race again this season?
Yes.
You guys truly believe that?
OKC may
Over
not be
Giannis,
the one.
over
OKC
Embiid,
may
over-
not be the 1 seed. They're still the best team in the Western Conference.
I had them at 5 in this power ranking.
So,
That's fair.
yeah, so I don't care. I don't know where they're going to be seeded. Injuries are definitely a part of it. Hartenstein's hurt. Chet played all 82 last year. There's a chance he doesn't do that again. There's a chance J-Dub hurt his ankle in the preseason. Obviously,
If SGA like any typical guard outside like Ant and like a whatever rolls his ankle and he's out for 12.
yeah, like
15
SGA
games.
might miss some time. Like so, I
Right.
can see a world in which they're not the 1 seed. I can't see a world in which they're not the best team in the Western Conference. So
If we get to it would have to take like we're at game like 45, and it's clear that there's like there's gaps, and then another team is like risen up type thing, but
SGA probably be
We'll
top
wait
5
and see.
MVP vote racing, but I mean, players like Giannis, Luka, Jokic, you know what I'm saying? I think they have a lot better options, you know what I'm saying, to win MVP over.
what does
honestly,
SGA have to
Anthony
do to
Davis
get in
are better.
Luka conversation for you?
I mean, SGA numbers are there, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to look at the numbers, but again, I just think Luka's on a different level of just being able to score, being able to play make. I think he understands the game a little bit more than SGA. But again, SGA, I mean, he can't really do that much more. I mean, he averaged 30 last season. His team was his first number 2 in the West. I mean, first in the West, or number 2 in the West, or number 3, top 3 in the West. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really see that many changes for him personally. But again, bro, I don't think he's going to be top 3 in the
MBK to MB, whatever the great said. Don't forget you had LeBron top 3 in your MVP race, by the way. So
well, I do.
yeah, but that goes without saying. LeBron will walk in top.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So again, if you put LeBron in there, that's 4 people right there. So, you know what I'm saying? I think SGA had a good season last year.
Not including Tatum, not including Brunson.
None of those guys, yeah. I mean, I think he's over. I'll give him over Tatum and Brunson for sure. But I mean, he is he gonna be top 3 in MVP vote racing this year? No, he's not. Not at all. No.
All right, y'all. Here is the top 10 of the list. In case you missed it, we have the Grizzlies at 10, the Suns at 9, the Sixers at 8, the Bucks at 7, the Dallas Mavericks at 6, the Denver Nuggets at 5, the New York Knicks at 4, Minnesota Timberwolves at 3, OKC Thunder at 2, and at the top we have the NBA champs.
So this is
the Boston
basically
Celtics.
the same top 5 as last year.
Is it?
Yeah, top 3 in the West, top 2 in the East.
Oh,
They were
yeah,
all
I guess.
1 to 3 and 1 to 2.
I would have swapped the Bucks and Sixers with the Wolves and Knicks, and then I think that would have been more accurate. But everything else, yeah, I don't think we did too bad today.
All right, y'all. We got a couple super chats, and then we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Like the video up to this point if you haven't. Salute to everybody that sent through super chat. Shout out to everybody that's been in here the whole episode. And let's get into it. DSG Piccolo said, "My Dodgers in the World Series. Eat it, haters, and chill. Why Mahomes run your man's over like that?"
Because that's what football players do. So
Nah, he let up. He did let up. It was the end zone. Everybody tripping about that. He literally was at the goal line. Ball's already in. Were you shocked how yesterday went, Chill?
No, I wasn't. That game was real simple. They got a better quarterback than we do. I can't expect Pat Mahomes to just keep giving us the ball. I can't. No, we have to capitalize on that, and we didn't.
But Spags they haven't allowed a rusher to be good at all, and they completely shut down the 49ers.
Shut the door on Jordan Mason.
Alan L said arguing garbage versus trash is crazy. Dub show.
That's what you come to PC.
Wizards
for.
and Nets, I think.
Wizards and Nets, absolutely.
Trash.
Adam West said Kuzma is a bum and he's in Jordan Poole's way. They need to trade him. Jordan Poole, most improved player.
Shout out to Jordan Poole.
Did he win 22? No, that was Bane. Or no, Ja. Did Ja win that one?
Yeah, Ja was.
And then he gave it to Bane. Oh.
Yeah.
Luka Glazer 77 said amazing Luka Glaze segment. Need more of those, Ron. Dub host.
We need a Luka Garza Glaze segment. That's what we need. Because he's the best.
We didn't glaze Luka. We just was talking about how good he was, and he was good. The best Luka in the
league. Second year.
Yeah, that
he's decent. Garza really nice as hell, for real.
Facts.
Right while we bullshitting, Ron, for real.
Facts.
Cultured Bandit said Chill talks about how important health is, but has the Cavs this high.
Just so you know, Culture, the year, not last season, but the year before that, their 6 core guys play 80% of the games. That's why
you have Memphis at 5, and they've been dealing with injuries for as long as I've been alive.
And last season they haven't been dealing with injuries like that until last season. Not like that. Everybody was
John Morant be getting hurt in the postseason every year.
He got hurt in the postseason, sure.
That's their best player. Marcus Smart, injury prone. Jaren Jackson always be getting hurt. Like
that's what I'm aware of.
That's an injury prone team right there.
Mm-hmm.
The Diddler said, I'm a big Knicks fan, but Mars is the only one being honest about our team. We are not a title favorite, and that Bridges trade is keeping me up at night.
Title favorite, like a favorite out the East to come out behind us.
No, to win the NBA championship, to win it.
I think they're the 4th best team in the East.
Hey, you know what? I hope there's a world where the Bucks get back up there because I've been wanting a Giannis series for a while now, so that would be ideal. Really, I want to see. We haven't seen the Bucks versus the 76ers, have we?
No, but we see it on Wednesday.
I want to see that in the playoffs. That's what I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Receipt Man said, we got Receipt to Chill having the Mavs as the 14th best team going into the playoffs last season. Now he got them at 11th. Your logic is failing you.
Maybe he's right.
Luka Glazer 77 said, can't wait till the Mavs spank the Wolves again this year. Keep sleeping on my GOAT. Chill, he gonna wake you up soon.
How old is this person? 16?
I'd hope he's not older than Luka. That would be very concerning. But
Alan L said, NBA E, fellas. Let's go.
Do we do predictions? Well, we got predictions tomorrow. Who's winning tomorrow? I'm not gonna be here.
We'll get into this. Go ahead.
Boston are gonna win.
And then Wolves, Lakers.
I think JJ Redick gonna get off to a 1-0 start. I think it's made to be JJ.
I think LeBron's 0-6 in his last 6 season openers or something like that.
Yeah, but now Bronny on his team.
We're gonna talk about it tomorrow. That's what the episode's gonna be about. If you want to hear our predictions for that game, tap in tomorrow. Luka Glazer 77 said Fox at 11 was crazy. Mars, you're bucking.
I don't know what he's talking about. Go watch the Hugh Talk podcast.
Chris Code said we did it. Tatum voice. Chris Code also said both teams got their calls at home, in my opinion. Pimp named Slickback said we don't care. Liberty are champions. Cry.
Trying to get our 5th.
Mm.
The Diddler said New York is a Yankee town. The Mets suck.
You would know about sucking being a diddler. You
You
know about that, wouldn't you?
Huncho said Mets fan with Jeter as his GOAT, by the way.
Like if I ever saw that dude, I feel like I'll punch him in his face. He just got that kind of face. He just looked like that. Like I punch him right in his face.
The Diddler said Mets are the Clippers of NYC.
100% they are. That's not his opinion. That's a fact. Mm-hmm.
Wait, chill.
David Mujinaya said forgot a super chat.
You supposed to big up Piazza? Like who would
I guess so. Big up? Right. I guess so. Right. Because he played for the Mets, even though nobody on our crew was ever better than Derek Jeter ever. But okay, that's whatever.
SMN RNDM said, what's the difference between ranking and power ranking?
I've been under the impression for years that power ranking is just the best strongest teams to win a title, and then that's how that usually works. But that's just my.
I just do who I think the best team is and who the worst team is. Well, that's all I do every time.
Mo said Kawhi and Harden top 5 duo. Just
Trusting
on a per game basis.
Trusting.
In the 4 games they played together, maybe.
Fanatic said, please drug test Dion.
All
He
vibes.
left. Otherwise, I would do it right now.
Mm.
David Mujanaya said top 75 all time. Not right now.
I ain't sending Ron a list of 75 all time either. I'm just not doing that.
Latest white.
So,
All right.
Christmas.
Mind Goblin became a member today, and so did Alex Pickering.
Shout out to them.
Nice.
Couple more super chats. The Diddler said Daniel Jones is my 13th reason. Shout out Daniel Jones. And the Diddler also said Seahawks still fool's gold, Ron. Don't fall for it. All right. Hey, y'all can stay asleep if y'all want. Just remember, I told you so. All right. We'll be back tomorrow. It is opening day tomorrow for the NBA. So pull up because it's going to be a good episode for us to talk about everything that's going on with opening night and just the season in general. It's going to be a great day. See you tomorrow with Christmas.
Later.
Merry Christmas.
Later.